Sandra all the time is here with the cold hard truth. She's the ears and the eyes for me and you. Every day, everyone want to hear from Sandra. And every time on the air, she's getting better. Tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your mama to call Sandra in the morning and in the evening. They always calling Sandra. And when they start fighting, they calling Sandra. And
That's right, folks. Everyone is telling their mama about the cold hard truth. Welcome to another episode with more truth-telling, more problem-solving, and of course, more tea spilling than ever before. Sit back, students, grab your tea and turn up the volume because class is now in session. Call in at 936-2626 because your voice matters. Share your opinion on issues that matter the most to you. All right. Good morning, K-Man. Happy Thursday. I almost said Friday, but it's not quite Friday, as we say around here. Friday, part 1. We've got a super exciting show lined up for all of you today. So get ready for it. 936-2626 is the call-in number. Feel free to call in. We've got some guests who are joining us. I see one guest. Are we waiting on someone else? Let me just go in the chat section here and see who else we are waiting on. And then we're going to get this class started. So let's go ahead and do our good morning greetings to everyone. Hope that you guys are doing fantastic and that you've had a really good week. What can I say except that today is Thursday. And so the work week for some of us or I should say, I should include myself in that. For some of you, is almost done. And for the rest of us, we don't have such regular hours. So good morning to YouTuber 345. I don't recall seeing you this week, so good to see you. Miss Juanita is here. Nice to see you, Miss Juanita. Lanny, we haven't seen you in a minute. Good morning to you. Janelle, so nice to see you. We've got Wee Wee, Sharon, Miss Gladys is here. Luis, buenos dias. Felicia Rankin in the house. Miss Lucille joining us from the UK. Alice, Strong Wilt. Shadi, good morning, my darling. Diamond Princess is here. Lovely, lovely day for sure, Diamond Princess. Marshall joins us wait a minute. You changed your picture. Joins us every morning. We've got Lavana, who's here most mornings as well. Beautiful Jean is here as always. And Irvelyn was the first one to message this morning. Wait a minute, Marshall. You got 2 accounts logged in today? Are you trying to fool me? You're on YouTube and Facebook? What? Sherry Smith in the house. Michelle Hurst. Beautiful Michelle is here. Mir Star has got it locked. And of course, our Instagram folks. Good morning to all of you as well. We see Denise. We see all these Big Easy came in. Lots of interesting. Krista is here. You see the IG names are different, so it's hard to pronounce those. Rashana's in the house. Rashana, I think you're gonna enjoy this conversation today. Damaris and Patricia Blake also here. Over 275 folks. So I think we're gonna. Let me just double check. Who else we're waiting on? It might just be Miss Quita. All right, well, give me a second, darling. We will get started here in just a few. Debbie, all the way from Thailand. Cameron is here to make trouble. Oh my gosh, Cameron. No worries, no worries. Oh, Miss Quita is alone this morning. All right, no worries. We'll get it started here. Give me one quick second. Let me just grab my notes, and then we are going to get class started. Here's a quick message from some of your candidates.
Georgetown South, your voice matters. I'm Alric Lindsay, and I'm inviting you to join me for an important public meeting this Thursday, April 3rd from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the C3 parking lot on Walkers Road. This is your opportunity to raise community concerns, discuss national issues, and ask the questions that matter most to you and your family. With experience in accounting, law, and on various government boards, I bring a balanced, hard-working approach to leadership, one that's committed to real results for the Caymanian people. Let's talk solutions. Let's shape our future together. Make the right choice on April 30th. Come out, be heard, and vote smart. Vote for Alric Lindsay for Georgetown South. For more information, visit alric4cayman.com or call 345-926-1688.
All righty, good. Lots of meetings going on. So let's go ahead and welcome Miss Quita Johnson Shirley to the program. Good morning, ma'am. I can't hear you. I think you've got yourself muted. Just click on that little button for me. There we go. How are you? And I need to adjust my light just a bit. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yes, we are wonderful here. It's so nice to see you today. I wish somebody else was joining you, so I see that you're running, flying solo this morning. Not a problem with that. Yes. We're going to be talking about the School of Nursing. So tell us, Miss Johnson Shirley, what is your affiliation with the School of Nursing?
All right. Thank you, Ms. Sandy, and thank you also for having me on the show this morning.
Absolutely.
Yes. As you introduced, my name is Mrs. Johnson Shirley, and I'm the program director for the Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin School of Nursing at the UCCI.
I'm glad you put a name to it because you guys had a ceremony not that long ago acknowledging Nurse Ruth's role in nursing by actually naming the school after her. Now, I understand that you guys actually have a very successful nursing program And so I think this is important to acknowledge for people who are interested in the profession, to know that they can get, training right here on island. So please, folks, pay attention to this. If you have young people who have expressed a desire to be a nurse, which I think is such an honorable profession, it really takes someone with a big heart to get into nursing. So lots of things are always going on at the University College of the Cayman Islands. And the School of Nursing is actually celebrating their 10th anniversary. My goodness, Miss Quita, it seems like just yesterday the School of Nursing started. Has it really been 10 years?
It's been more than 10 years. We actually ended the 10th celebration. So we ended last year. And so I just wanted to highlight some of the accomplishments, because many persons may not have known that we renamed to Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin. And as you said, nurse. Yes, and she was the first matron or director of nursing service, they would call it now, to the Health Services Authority. At that time, it was just the Cayman Islands. So I think it's important that we recognize her, and we appreciate that the government saw it fit to rename the school after her, given her many accomplishments.
Yes, absolutely. It was a well-deserved recognition for sure. So we're going to talk about some of the anniversary highlights and achievements here today. And, you have so many amazing success stories from your students, which I know that you'll be sharing some of that with us as well. How long have you been the director at the UCCI School of Nursing?
I have done 3 years. This year, I'll complete 4 years as director.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So I know that you would have been pivotal in, making sure that the 10th anniversary celebrations were an amazing success. My first question to you is, were you a nurse in a previous life? Did you hear me?
Yes, I consider myself still a nurse. So I'm a nurse educator. I am a registered nurse and a registered midwife. And then I went into nursing education around, I would say, more than 12 years ago. And I came to the Cayman Islands as a senior lecturer at the same School of Nursing here, and transitioned into the program director. So yes, I've been a nurse for over 20 years and enjoying it.
Wow, midwife. Now that's a special kind of nurse. Let me tell you. You get to see the ups and downs of bringing life into this world. So that's so amazing. So it's good to know that you're not just an educator, but you've got practical in the field experience that you can impart to enhance the program, as much as possible. So let's now talk about the 10 years of excellence, which was celebrated in April of 2024. And you did already mention that as part of that, celebration, you guys renamed the school to the Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin School of Nursing. And that happened on April the 4th in honor of Nurse Ruth McLaughlin, MBE.
Yes.
I mean, that was such an amazing acknowledgement and occasion to actually, as you rightfully said, acknowledge all of her contributions to the profession here in the Cayman Islands. Tell us a little bit about how that ceremony went.
All right. So that ceremony was well attended. We had approximately or close to about 700 guests. It was,
wow.
Yes, we had nurses pouring in. If Miss McLaughlin, or Nurse Ruth, she started the first nursing program, the licensed practical nursing program here in the Cayman Islands through the Pan American Health Organization. And so her graduates were at that ceremony, including other persons she worked with over the years while being a nurse, and just people from the community in general who knew her and her family. They were recognized at the ceremony. They were acknowledged, and just to say we thank them in her absence, because for all the achievements that she attained during her time as a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it
Wonderful.
was well attended. And what we also had, we had an unveiling of a sign, a beautiful sign that's erected in front of the School of Nursing with her name on it.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of information on that. That's a lot of people. Wow. That's quite a success.
The hall was full. And
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So let's talk about some of your alumni in the past 10 years and the amazing things that they have accomplished. And really, the University College of the Cayman Islands has made it possible for them to move into the workplace. 54 total graduates. Those are some solid numbers.
yes, it is. And I have to say that for the School of Nursing, we have a very high pass rate for the regional examination for nurse registration. We
Mm-hmm.
can say the RENR, or we can call it the board exams, the regional board exams. We tend to have mostly 100% pass. So our first cohort, they started that trend of 100%. So we're really proud of them. And most of them they continue in nursing, mostly at the Health Services Authority.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I see Cameron saying that there's so many opportunities for young people when it comes to pursuing their education. You know, we keep talking about the necessity for trade school, and I guess that's fine if you want to have it under one umbrella, but that does not mean, folks, that there are not ample opportunities for not just young people, anyone who wants to look at development and some of the opportunities that are available out there. The University College offers quite a wide range of degree programs, and they also offer what I would call TVET style programs, such as nursing. They've got IT and other things that are available there. So make sure you guys check out their website. We are focused today on the School of Nursing, but to Cameron's point, there is a lot that is already being offered. Our young people just perhaps need to know more about what's out there and make sure that they step up to the plate and actually take advantage of it. And that's why we like to have institutions and organizations like UCCI here talking about what they have. So 54 graduates in total, a very high pass rate, which means that your students are working hard. They're certainly studying, and also you guys are obviously preparing them to pass those exams. So tell us a little bit about the curriculum and how you prepare your students to have almost 100% pass rate year on year on year.
All right. So our program is 4 years and it's full time. It's a day program. We don't have evening or part-time. How we prepare our students, the students have I would say more like a family setting at the School of Nursing. We have an open door policy. We do not just focus on academics, but we look at the entire wellness or health of the students. So whether it's financial, social, psychological, it starts at the School of Nursing from even interviews. So whatever we detect at interviews, we try to work with that student, whether they have learning deficiencies, whether they are a slow learner, they have different learning styles. We aim to incorporate all of those into the classroom and outside of the classroom. Mm-hmm. If students are having challenges, we make it clear to them that we are available for them. And because we are a small school, mm-hmm. we encourage that one-to-one. So students' challenges are identified early in the program, and what we do, we may refer them to the student life department or externally, depending on what is needed. We mm-hmm. also have frequent meetings and updates where we try to work together as a team, because we're only 4. And so we work together to get the students prepared. They are tested a lot for written tests academically and clinically as well. So it's not just a theory, but the clinical aspects, they do a clinical examination at least twice per the academic year. And if we identify mm-hmm. weaknesses,
fantastic. Again, someone is asking, is there an age limit or requirement? Because I said other people can join other than young people, but do you have an age range of people who can enter the nursing program?
We don't have a limit at this time, but you must be 17 and older to join.
Okay, so above 17. That includes older folks. You could be in your 20s, 30s, or maybe even having a career change in your 40s. So absolutely wonderful. The current year's program has 41 students enrolled. Tell us a little bit about what the student makeup looks like. Are these mostly Caymanians that are enrolling in the program?
All right. Yes. So for now, we have mostly Caymanians in the program. So we have about approximately between 65%. And most times that's the ratio. We tend to have either half and half, or most times it's 60 to 40 or 70 to 30% in terms of the higher number being Caymanians.
Fantastic. And 30 of your graduates are currently employed by the Health Services Authority. You say here that they are actually the largest employer of the graduates from the UCCI. Well, let's call it the proper name, the Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin School of Nursing.
Yes. So the Health Services Authority is the largest employer of our graduates, as you said, 30, and we have 4 who recently passed their board exams in October, and they are waiting for placement. So it will soon be 34 graduates, and they are all over, mostly at the hospital, but they are doing very well. We have those who are charge nurses, supervisors. We have those who are in the genetic counseling. One took over from Nurse Joy Merrin. We have in the public health system in terms of health, the clinics at Eastern and North Side.
And you also have 2 alumni that have gone on to earn master's degrees in leadership.
Yes, that is true. And we have one more, no, not just one, about 2 more I know that are doing their masters. And I know that some are planning to go off to do specialization, most of them in midwifery.
So you don't actually do any specializations. You just do the basic nursing program. Is that right?
Yes, we do the basic general nursing program. No specialization at this time.
All right. So we've got some questions coming in and comments coming in via WhatsApp. One person says, "Good morning, Sandy. I was delivered by Nurse Ruth McLaughlin back in the 1960s.
Wow.
So, wow, I guess a lot of people would remember her. So fantastic. All right. So you also have a few students who've received the Alumni Excellence Award for 2023 and 2024. So can you tell us a little bit more about that as well?
Right. So we had 2, Gracian Beal and Martika Williams. Gracian was in 2023 and Martika Williams in 2024. So currently, Gracian Beal is the charge nurse for medical unit, and Martika Williams is one of the shift coordinators at the Cayman Islands Hospital. The award actually is from Health City, and it looks at how their caring, compassion, how they treat persons, and also their community involvement. So yes, so it's related mostly to how they deliver care, their communication skills, their empathy, their compassion for patients, and they are also recommended. They're nominated, and recommendations are sent in by other nurses or other persons in the community.
Fantastic. And every year now, I'm assuming that this is an annual award that Health City Cayman Islands is offering. And what do they receive as part of the award package?
They receive a lovely plaque that Health City does. I believe it's made from Caymanite, and also they get incentive, which I believe is a cash incentive as well.
Fantastic. All right. Questions coming in. Do let me know if you have any, or you can feel free to call as well. Good morning, Miss Joy. Let me see here now. So we've got the inaugural International Nursing and Midwifery Research Symposium, which was held last year, April, for the first time as well. Tell us a little bit about how that particular event went for you.
Yes, so that, as you said, inaugural, this was the first time for UCCI and I believe for the Cayman Islands to have a nursing and midwifery research program, symposium or conference, if you want to use. It went very well. I have to commend the faculty and UCCI and the marketing team because it was organized, to very detailedly organized, and it went smoothly. We had 4 international speakers, but I must highlight the local presenters, 2 of which came from the Health Services Authority, 2 from Doctors Hospital, and one of the 2 was our graduate, Kristen Rankin, who graduated in 2021. And then we had the other 4 international, and we had Miss Karen Jones, who is a senior lecturer in the nursing department, who presented. And nurses on island were appreciative of the conference because it was focused just for nursing, on nurses and nursing. Most times our conferences are mixed and you don't have an emphasis for nurses or a forum where it's just mainly on nursing. So this was a change and they appreciated it.
Yes, and 100 participants. I think that speaks volumes as well. To know that so many people came out and supported. So you've got the next symposium. So this now is going to be an annual event, and you do have the next symposium coming up. So please tell us when the next, again, Nursing and Midwifery Symposium. So this is the International Nursing and Midwifery Research Symposium. When is it going to be held for 2025?
Right. So it won't be for 2025, it's for 2026.
Okay.
Yes. We do it on a biannual basis every 2 years.
Every 2 years. Okay.
It does take a lot to get going. So we decided every 2 years. The next one is April 9th, 2026. And the theme is Advancing Quality and Resilience in Nursing and Midwifery, Addressing Mental Health and Modern Healthcare Challenges. We are having the call for abstract should be open on April 30th of this year. So persons, whether on island, off island, private or public sector, we want nurses to submit their research that they have conducted. And then that will close off on October 31st of this year again, 2025.
Right.
They're also
I see what you're saying. Because it is a research symposium, you've got to give people time to submit their research papers in advance of the symposium and all of the organizational elements in addition to that.
Yes, they need to submit, and then we go through them. There's an approval process. There's an abstract committee that reviews them and then determine if we're going to accept or not.
Fantastic. Okay. Very good. So abstracts, the deadline for that is what's approaching. So that, folks, is April the 30th of this year, 2025. And then it's going to close on April the 30th, and it's going to close October 31st. Yes. So please, folks, you've got that window there to make sure if you're interested in doing a submission to get your abstracts in. And then the review committee, I suppose, will inform you of how that goes. What's the sponsorship packages that are available?
All right. So the sponsorship packages start at $10,000, and then there is $5,000, $2,500, and $1,500. There's a breakfast, lunch, and coffee break sponsor package. So of course, our sponsors will be highlighted on our products, whatever we use for the conference, and in our media promotion, they'll be mentioned as well. They'll be in the program booklet, and they'll be mentioned throughout the program. Those who donate the highest money, which is the $10,000, they'll get at least 5 minutes to talk about their institution or their product on that day. But I just want to mention for the theme, just for persons who are listening, in terms of the theme, it's pretty broad. So we are trying to make it narrow. We want it broad so that persons can have an idea, have more ways of have more papers submitted for the theme. So we're thinking of papers on mental health. You can look at information technology, the modern healthcare challenges that we face now. We can look at COVID and just issues that affect nursing and midwifery.
Fantastic. All right. So, folks, this is corporate sponsorship now. So if you're interested and making this a successful event and also, being part of it by way of, you get your company logo everywhere, you get the acknowledgement of helping put on this fantastic event, do reach out to the University College of the Cayman Islands. Now, should they reach out directly to you, Ms. Johnson Shirley, or who should they contact about the sponsorship packages?
They can reach out directly to me or to the marketing department.
All right, fantastic. Now, there are people who are definitely listening to the program. They're intrigued by the Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin School of Nursing, and they would like to know more about, okay, maybe they're on the cusp of deciding, do they study here? Do they go somewhere else? So what would you say to them? Why choose this particular nursing program in this nursing school?
All right. We at the Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin School of Nursing, I know for sure that the faculty, they're dedicated, and that's where it starts, because we give our students, as I said before, the one-to-one that they need. We identify from early what the challenges are, and we work with our students very closely to get them ready to be the professional nurse. Studying locally means that you have the benefits of your local community, your family, and you will get that support that you need. I have found that sometimes students who go off, they don't cope as well as they do because they don't have that support. So apart from your immediate family, the UCCI family is there to support you. The hands-on learning, again, we provide students with that experience first in the lab, and then we work with them very closely in the clinical area. As I said, we do clinical exams, so we're tracking progress, and where there's weaknesses, we work with them. We have a very supportive environment, and where we in the School of Nursing cannot manage any issue, we refer them to student life, and we still follow them through that. We understand the needs of the students, and we ensure that our classroom have different features in terms of for learning. And we also do a lot of counseling and advising with the students to get them ready. The School of Nursing is also accredited by the Nursing Council of Jamaica, and the students do the regional examination for registration, nurse registration. So what that allows them to do is to work within the Caribbean, and we do have graduates who have gone abroad to work. We have in Canada, USA, and Jamaica. So that shows the Caribbean-ness in terms of where they can work in the Caribbean, but internationally, our school has been recognized internationally in Canada and the US. So students, if they want to study abroad, then they'll just need to meet the requirements for that country, and then they can go ahead to work there. So though we're local, UCCI has a saying, study local, but go far. So that's what I'm saying today. You can study local and go far.
I love it. So Joan Miller wants to know what's the criteria for acceptance. So we know one age criteria is you have to be 17 plus, but what else is there in place?
All right. We require 5 CXE subjects, or GCE or IGCSE. The compulsory subjects are math, English language, and biology, or human and social biology. After that, there can be 2 other subjects from geography, home economics, computer science, and we have the list on our website: principles of business, principles of accounts, you name it, history, the foreign languages, those are accepted. One thing to note, though, we only take 2 grade 3s out of the 5. So an applicant can only have 2 grade 3s or 2 Cs out of the 5 subjects. And they're also required to do an interview before being accepted. And this interview helps us to identify any challenges, the personalities that we're dealing with. And so from early, we can meet the needs of the students.
Very good. So that's why, folks, they have almost 100% success rate. Is number one, they're taking students who have a proven, not a perfect record, but have a proven record of being dedicated to their studies. And also they offer a lot of support, a very, very supportive environment, lots of hands-on learning opportunities, clinics, going to hospitals, schools, rehab centers, and so on. And, giving them the good academic foundation in the program means that they are, doing an amazing job pushing the students towards actually passing that regional exam. So thank you so much, Miss Johnson Shirley, for coming on the program today. We have another question for you. Joan says, also, what if someone is interested in becoming an EMT/paramedic? Is this a good foundation course for people who might want to specialize in something like paramedics or becoming an EMT?
I would say that it's a good nursing is a good foundation for many other career paths as well. For EMT paramedics, that training is done at the Health Services Authority. So they usually offer that training. It is also offered in other countries. But if you do the registered nursing program here, you are way advanced, and I would not suggest then you go to an EMT program, but that you go further in nursing or above, in terms of you can go to medical school, you can go into other avenues, do your master's. So if you want to do EMT, I would say get in touch with the Health Services Authority to find out about their program. But for nursing, it is just mostly for registered general nursing that we do at the Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin. Also to say, Ms. Sandy, that applications are open. We close on June 30th for applications, and interviews will be had. We already started interviews. We did some in March, and so we're continuing. Once we find that the students are qualified and ready to go, then we do their interviews.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. Anything else that we need to know before we let you go today?
I think we've covered it, but I just want to say before we go, thank you to the faculty of the Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin School of Nursing. I know they are very hardworking, dedicated, and committed, and without them, I know the school would not be so successful. So I really want to acknowledge them. And to the UCCI for the support that they have given us throughout the years. And I'm also encouraging our males to apply, because we need more males in the nursing cohort. But thank you for having me. And yes, come on over and join the nursing program.
Yes. How many males have you had go through the program? I'm curious now that you've said that.
All right. We've not had many. We've had, I just want to be sure, we've had 3 that graduated so far, and we have 2 now in the program. Okay.
All right. And Ms. Joan again wants to know about mature students over 40 who are interested in a career change. Ms. Joan, you might have missed that earlier, but yes, there's no upward age limit, I suppose. Yes, just 17 plus. All right. Thank you so much.
We do have students in their 40s. Yes, we do have students who want to make a career change, persons who want to make a career change. So you can come on over to the School of Nursing. We'll guide you through the process. Also, just to mention, Ms. Sandy, that if the student or the person does not have the CXCs that we mentioned, we do offer most of the courses at UCCI that they can use to matriculate into the nursing program. The only one that the UCCI does not offer is the English language. So we ask them to do it at CXC. But the other 4, they can do it at UCCI. So that's another pathway that they can use to enter the nursing program.
And that's very, very good to know, because obviously if you're a mature student, you may have missed out on some of the earlier structured courses that are now a requirement. Well, thank you so much, folks. That's a good segment on the Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin School of Nursing at the University College of the Cayman Islands, the only nursing program here in the Cayman Islands. They have a very, very high pass rate, and their students, again, are traveling all over the world, and I dare say all over the region, to work and get experience, and some, quite a large number, are putting their skill set to work right here in the Cayman Islands. So please check it out. If you're interested in it for yourself or perhaps for someone else, you can contact them. The website, Miss Krita, is?
They can email us at REM School of Nursing at ucci.edu.ky. So the REM is for Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin, and then you have School of Nursing at ucci.edu.ky.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Sandy, for having me, and have a wonderful day.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, folks, that's the University College of the Cayman Islands. They're coming on at least once a month to talk about some of their programs. And, if you want to find out more, just stay tuned here, basically, because they're coming on telling us about all the symposiums that they're hosting and other events. So thank you, University College of the Cayman Islands. They've really stepped up their marketing initiative and really informational sessions that I think are very, very helpful indeed. All right, let me just see here. Yes, fantastic. All right, 936-2626. We have a special guest coming in at 8:30. We have Miss World. Well, I guess former Miss World now. Oh my gosh, so crazy. But when she gets here, we'll talk about all of that. Okay. So don't forget that the UCCI also is having associate degrees in cultural studies. So you can check that out. Go to their website, ucci.edu.ky/cultural studies. And those are associate degree programs. So check that out. Sounds very, very interesting indeed. And they also have like professional development courses, which is like maybe just weekends you go in and you learn QuickBooks and different things as well. So give them a call. Go check out their website. Yes. All right. Let's keep it moving here, folks. So I woke up this morning. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Honey child. So I woke up this morning to a few messages from people. Hold on now. Let me see if I can show you guys this. One person says, oh, you probably got this a million times. And I was like, not really. I did actually go to bed early last night, believe it or not. Early for me is I was in bed by 10:30. I probably fell asleep. I don't have a problem falling asleep. Sometimes it's during the night. If something interrupts my sleep, then it's like, the good steady sleep might be a problem. But yes, so I went to bed and had a relatively good night's sleep. And then I woke up this morning to all of these messages. A few people sent me this. I'm going to show this to you. And I want you to keep in mind that, as they say, when a clown moves into the palace, what happens? He doesn't become a king. The palace becomes a circus. So we're going to get this video going here in just a second. Just give me 1 second here. Just downloading it. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Cameron says, true, Sandy. Enough education we have from Rania. Yes, we do. Lots and lots of opportunities. I think sometimes you just have to be motivated to go out there and take advantage of what is being offered. Miss Beverly, good morning to you, my dear. Says the Cayman Islands are doing wonders. Very good for the students in the nursing program. Yes, I mean, I was surprised, quite pleasantly surprised when I found out that they have such an amazing cohort of students and that they actually do such an amazing job at graduation and exam time and stuff as well. So good for them. All right, let me show you the clown show that's happening around. Yeah, honey child. It's election time, so we can expect a degree of what would we call it if you were getting a degree in being a proper clown? Clown foolery? I don't know, but I can tell you one thing. Some people don't have to get a degree in this. They are naturals at being tontos, fools and clowns. And of course, this Turkish proverb says, when a clown moves into the palace, he doesn't become a king. The palace becomes a circus. And no one knows more about running a circus. Tomfoolery. That's what Caymanians would call it, yes. But we want to integrate the clown element as well, because no one is a bigger clown in this country, in my honest opinion, when it comes to the political arena, than John John. The things that escape this man's mouth on a regular confuse me, baffle me, and sometimes I literally have to slap myself on the forehead, because I'm like, what on earth is this man going on with? Listen to what he had time for at another meeting yet again. Clownery. Yes, that's a good word for it.
About that. And even when I lost, ladies and gentlemen, in 2013, when God understood that I needed a break, but he wanted me to get married again.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy.
Lord Jesus.
He said, Simple, you got to slow down.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's Sandra.
Okay, don't say nothing about her. We don't want to hear nothing about her.
Here we go again. I mean, the circus, he's the head clown, and the rest of the circus, they bring up my name and then say, oh, we don't want to hear nothing about her. So then why are you calling my name? Why are you guys not looking around your district and seeing what a clown show that is? You know, you guys have so many derelict vehicles, derelict buildings, abandoned areas, drug addicts. That is what y'all should be sitting at these meetings concerned about, not what I'm doing. I'm not the one strung out on drugs, getting money from your MP to continue my drug and alcohol, addiction. That's not me. The Bodden Towners, this really says a lot about who you guys are, that you're going to sit at a meeting and be more concerned about me. I'm fine. I have a mortgage that thankfully gets paid. The bills get paid. I eat just perfectly fine. What's going on in your district? How many of you have a job? How many of you have opportunities? How many of you, have a house that you can say, well, the bank hasn't come to take it yet? And you guys are sitting there concerned about me? Oh, Lord Jesus. When you have nothing else to talk about, no real issues, and you guys do have real issues to talk about, but instead you're focused on the antics of it all. This is horrible. Bodden Town, please, I'm begging you guys on both ends, Bodden Town East and Bodden Town West, you guys have got to step it up and remove these people from political office. So here's what he continues to say. My God.
You got to slow down. Yeah, that's Sandra.
Love my name, boy.
Okay, don't say nothing about her. We don't want to hear nothing about her.
Not afraid. She'll frighten others, but won't frighten me.
Lord have mercy.
She has never.
Don't frighten him. I don't frighten nobody. Actually, nobody should be afraid of me unless they're up to no good. Now listen to what he says next.
Never said anything about me that was true.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I beg to differ. I have said a lot about John John, and it has all been true. Not paying pension to your staff, that's true, John John. Not having a valid insurance policy during COVID for health insurance. You had workers who got infected with COVID, went to the hospital to only discover they did not have health coverage. That was true. Not being able to make payroll on time, that's true. Numerous infractions on the labor front, that's true. Having the former minister of tourism, Moses Kirkernel, instruct people at Cayman Airways to simply pay the bill without verifying whether or not there was a plane in at that time, who worked, what hours were covered, etc. That is true. The anti-corruption unit needs to start digging into that. How many invoices were paid? Can somebody please contact the anti-corruption unit? How many invoices were instructed to be paid by Moses Kirkernel, then Minister of Tourism, without verifying whether or not there was even a flight in that his company would have been providing services for? All of that is true. The fact that he lied, right, had someone lie to his ex-wife in order to bring her then boyfriend down, to beat him up, all of that is true. You know what else is true? That when his ex-wife filed those family documents, that she put in there that having relations with him was like the equivalent of being assaulted on a regular basis. That is also true. John, I have said a lot about you, and one thing I do not do is I do not lie. All of those things and then some are true. All of your nonsense, speaking in tongues like a fool, everybody in Cayman knows that that is true as well. But let's continue to listen to this tonto this morning.
Never. That's the bad part about it.
Imagine.
There's got to be a charge for lying.
If there was a charge for lying, it's called defamation. And all the things that I've said about you, if there was any merit to it, you would have come forward. Let's keep it real now, John.
So, ladies and gentlemen.
Sandra! Hi, there we go.
Sandra! Oh, Sandra!
That's them.
Sandra!
Oh, yeah.
Sandra!
There we go. Now, let's not forget, we also said a couple years ago for his birthday, he went into, what's the name of the Cotton Club? The one there on, I don't know what road that is. Yes. And given a woman, was it $500 or $200? I can't remember now. I think it's $500 for, you guys know what? Remember that Spanish lady? We posted that too. And that was also true. He think we don't know what going on round. Yeah. John, the sad part is that we have said so much about you that is actually true. And yet the people of Bodden Town, I'm disappointed, y'all. You sit there talking about, oh, Sandra, I gotta be talking about this tomorrow. Oh my God. How about y'all talk about the deplorable condition that your district is in? How about y'all talk about how you have become a garrison community because of the likes of John? He gets elected because he gives out money. And how does that help you in the long term? Take a look around. My God, somebody says, Sandra, well, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with BS. I think we should mint a word for John called bull. And then you fill it in with SITERRY. There you go. Anywho, that's John for you. What a hot mess. I mean to tell you, I am just flabbergasted. Oh my God. No, sir. Special kind of people, folks. Special kind of people. Should I play it one more time? Let's just play the last bit, because when they start calling my name, what is it with PPM? Joey, what is it with your people? Why are they always calling my name? That PPM is a little low-key obsessed with me. Oh my God. Y'all are beginning to make me feel uncomfortable with obsession. Calm down, John. Calm down, Kenneth. Who else? Who else was doing it the other day? I can't even remember, but it's all PPM people. Oh, Craig Marin. Y'all need not Craig Marin. Oh God, let me not confuse the Craig. Craig Marin, I'm sorry. My apologies. Craig, AKA Festa. That one. The festival one. Festival King. My goodness, y'all are just, it's an uncomfortable feeling, but let's hear it one more time, because it is really, really funny.
Afraid.
Yeah.
She'll frighten others, but won't frighten me.
Oh, poor King.
She has never said anything about me that was true.
Never.
Lies.
Oh my God.
That's the bad part about it.
The lies.
There got to be a charge for lying.
My
so
God.
Ladies,
he's the one who's facing charges for not paying pension, but the pension office, this shows the duplicity in the system, has gone so easy on John. Everybody else would have been in court already. Why hasn't John gone to court? Because Mr. Damien and others still waiting to get their pension money. Take him to court. Talking about he labor minister.
Sandra!
Here it is. my God. Oh my gosh. Melanie says, Tonto, OMG, dead. Jean says, if he was threatened by you and the things you've said, he wouldn't mention them at all. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be paying a daily hotel room charge in his brain. He gives his fear of what you've said away by talking about you. Poor him. And I mean, like I said, he does it all the time. Oh, we'll talk about that here in a second. And we do have a guest who's also going to be joining us. But, you know, it's just a sad situation. Poor Jonathan says, still rather him than the druggie Bodden. Oh, poor you, Jonathan. You know, the irony of it is he is the one who's encouraging people in his own district to be druggies and supporting their habits instead of encouraging them to get off of it, including his own brother. So I don't know if, you know, you have any room to talk. Mr. Bodden has been, Robert Bodden has been very honest about his sobriety and his struggles in relation to that in the past. And at least he has gotten better. John has never... The irony of it is he's never done anything that demonstrated he has elevated himself in any way, shape, or form all of the years that he has been in politics. He's the same at day one, the same tonto that he was at day one, and he's that same person today. So you can call out people, and I know, God knows, we call out people here in this program every single day, but we acknowledge people who have improved upon themselves. That you cannot say about John. So the fact that you still would rather him says more about you and people like you who continue to vote and put John in power. It is sad. He does not benefit the Cayman Islands in any way, shape, or form. Very, very sad. And he certainly does not benefit the people of Boddentown East either. So I'm asking them to please wake up and do better. All right. Anthony says if Christopher Columbus was to come back to Cayman, Boddentown would be the only district he would recognize. Nothing has been done there for generations. And again, the people of Boddentown East seem to be okay with that. And that's why they keep electing this man. He said he got, when he got voted out in 2013, it was because God wanted him to get married again. Oh, Lord, please. You mean the wife that you were messing with her when she wasn't even of age? You can't be talking about that wife now. Oh, really? And don't you have relations with her mother and her? John, please don't let me go there this morning. Lord Jesus. Lord, make Sandy behave. Sandy, get back in the back of the classroom right now, teacher. Let me behave because y'all don't want to talk the truth about what John has been up to. He's a predator too. Y'all sit there. Oh, we know all the sneaky links and how you were getting to her, pretending to be visiting family. You think people don't know? Oh, the things I know about you and the things that I say that are 100% true. Oh, Bobo, come on through. Come on now. Let's talk the things. If the people really want to know what type of person you are so unoriginal that you took both wives to the exact same honeymoon. I guess he was trying to relive the moment of the first wife because God knows only why that beauty queen ended up with John. She must have needed cataract surgery and got it afterwards. I'm just saying. Let me sip my water and my tea at the same time. Yes, sir. Poor ting. No, sir. Denny says, oh, Sandra. They say wife number 2 is with him for the money. I guess that's why her fitness instructor was stretching her. Oh my God. Lord Jesus, I cannot. Jackie says, give them a piece of your mango. No, sir. Oh, whoa, back it up. That don't sound too righted. Aisle 2025 says, wow, what a terrible thing to say. drug addicts recover and become great members of society all the time. Yes, Jonathan's not here for that. He is here to push the PPM initiative. Oh God, Jonathan, will you log on? There's a reason why I haven't blocked you yet, because a lot of people have been asking me to block you. And I said, no. I want Jonathan to be here on April the 30th when the results come in, and May the 1st when he sees PPMs behind handed to them on a silver platter, when they lose more seats than they've ever lost. I want Jonathan to be right here in the comment section. Jonathan, promise me you're going to show up on April the 30th in the evening and on May the 1st when we're celebrating for no more PPM. Okay? You're going to be here for that? All right. Roll on through. Because one prediction I know I can put money on is that PPM not getting back in. In fact, they're going to lose their stronghold in Georgetown for the first time ever. They're going to lose seats. If they get 3 or 4 seats, they got to be lucky. Take that, goat mouth. Yes, honey child. They are in a world of trouble. Ooh, what a day that's going to be. Lord have mercy. What you say?
Oh, Sandra! Sandra! Oh, Sandra!
OMG. Call it May the 1st. Call it John May the 1st. All right, folks. Let's go ahead and welcome our guests. We're going to transition. Let's do a quick little commercial break. Lots of people running for political office, obviously. And you are welcome to, go out and vote for anybody that you see fit. But I'm encouraging you to do your homework. Now, yesterday, in case you guys missed the memo, was World Autism Day. And we do have a message that we're going to play in a little bit here as well from Mr. Ralston Anglin, who did a message supporting all of our folks that have autism. And so, it's important for us to recognize these, special days and to recognize our people who are part of the different communities. So whether it's ADHD, autism, and so on, let's make sure that we understand what this is all about. We educate ourselves and we support them. And most importantly, the government has to show their support, especially for special needs individuals. Instead of cutting their budget, what they need to ensure that they do is offer them support. Hello, good morning. Yes, well, you called the wrong number, 936-2626. Okay, there. So we have to ensure, folks, that there's adequate funding. And we know that this government in particular has been defunding special needs programs and people on the spectrum. So, for example, that young man last night, the 8-year-old that you guys heard about that went missing, he is in a special needs category, and he goes to the special needs school for children there. I shouldn't say school, but the program that was part of the CIFEC campus. And those children are at a severe disadvantage under this current government because they continue to defund them, which is just shocking and deplorable. So big shout out to Ralston, who acknowledged the people on the spectrum yesterday. So I want to play this video very, very quickly. Instagram folks, give me 1 second. I'm going to bring you guys back online. And then we're going to move on to our guest, who is here to talk about Miss World. What a hot mess that situation seems to be. And we're going to get all of the details from her here today. All right. So just give me 1 quick second. Instagram, we want to ensure that you guys are able to watch the program as well. Just 1 second for me. All right. So let's sit back and enjoy this message from Ralston Anglin.
On this World Autism Awareness Day, let us acknowledge and appreciate the individuals on the spectrum in the Cayman Islands. Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, affects people worldwide, and our local community is no exception. By recognizing and supporting these individuals, we contribute to their well-being and create a more inclusive society. The Cayman Islands are home to many people with autism, each with their unique strengths and challenges. It is essential to provide them with the necessary resources, understanding, and acceptance to lead fulfilling lives. Educational programs, therapy sessions, and community activities play a significant role in fostering an environment where individuals with autism can thrive. Furthermore, raising awareness about autism helps dispel myths and misconceptions surrounding the disorder. It encourages empathy and compassion, allowing us to see beyond the label and appreciate the person. Celebrating World Autism Awareness Day is an important opportunity for us to learn more about autism and the ways we can support those affected by it. Let us take this day to advocate for the rights and inclusion of individuals on the spectrum, ensuring that they have access to opportunities, including employment, that enable them to reach their full potential. Together, we can make a difference and promote a community where everyone is valued and respected.
All right, folks. Thank you, Sir Ralston. I think we're having some issues with the phone line, so let me just reach out to Flo really quickly. We'll try to get that sorted out. In the meantime, yes, just WhatsApp me on my primary number and I'll pull in the calls. I had someone from Flo looking at this for me, but honey child. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, so let me take a quick call here. All right, hold on. All right, give me 1 second here. We're gonna give this caller a call. Yes, sir. 1 second. Let me just pull this up, and then we're gonna go to our guests as well. So some very interesting comments coming into the program about John. We're gonna leave that for the after show, because someone said that their calls have been dropping all day, so they wonder if something's going on with the line. So I'm not really sure. But all right, let's give this person a call. And 1 second here. Here we go. I think you guys should be able to hear them. Everybody hears that ringing?
Hey, Miss Sandra.
Hi, morning.
Yes, morning.
Yes, sir.
I say, I just want to give a shout out to my brother, my best friend. He birthday today before I go to the politics.
Okay.
Rainy Timothy, he the general from West Bay. Rainy Timothy, Thurston Timothy, the general. Good.
Nice. So happy birthday.
Came on finest. Big him up for me.
Yes, definitely. Send his little picture and we can post it up on the page as well.
Yeah, I got send it on WhatsApp.
All right, cool.
One more thing now. So I want to give you knowledge, one simple knowledge, where you can rule out the PPM government. So
okay.
Simplicity. So politics is very simple. You know when you plant the yam, know when you plant yam, right? All right. So get here my knowledge,
Okay.
So you got the PPM, you got the TCHT, and you got the Dance Club Party.
Yeah.
So the people them in the country, they go to each party. They got a yam plant. The PPM party is the party when you go to me and say, hey sir, nothing going on, I'm hungry. The PPM party will dig up the green yam before it's ready and get it to feed it. The TCCP gonna tell the people, say, hey, hold on, man, the yam not ready yet, man, not ready yet. And then the Dance Club Party, they still trying to learn about farming. You know what I know. You understand? But I know, you know, it's a joke for the morning, yeah. Right.
Oh God, I appreciate the analogy, my dear. Thanks very much.
But big up my friend again, Miss Sandra, Rennie Timothy.
Timothy, happy birthday!
Yeah.
Happy birthday!
West side. All right, Miss Sandra.
All right, cool. Well, you know, we're gonna see who know about farming, but I think that green yam that they trying to give y'all, that no good. All right, folks. So we have some real sauce here. Okay. Oh my God. Please hang on until we're gonna do an after show today, because John is gonna be shocked who I'm gonna be calling to get some sauce on him. Woo! Yes, sir. This is where it's at. We're gonna leave the rest of the John comments for the after show. Stay tuned. All right, we got some good stuff here today. Ooh, I love it when a good plan comes together. It's like the A-team. All right, we've got the beautiful Letitia Bush, who is going to be joining us now. Miss Letitia, you want to turn on your camera and unmute yourself? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you.
You are so beautiful. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
So, I mean, over 600 people are on the live stream for you to hear what is going on. So all I know is a couple days ago, I got a press release from Miss World Cayman Islands. And at first, I was actually confused when I saw it. It said something about title holder. I thought it meant, and I just forwarded on to like one of the writers to get the story done. I thought they were saying that Pam was giving it up as like the title holder for the pageant, and she was relinquishing it. So I didn't even read it and think too hard on it. And then I started to get messages from people to say, Sandy, you need to see what's going on with Miss World. And I'm like, huh? And then I know you put something up, girl, we need you to break it down. We need you to explain, because this is a hot mess. So tell us, you were crowned.
Yes.
Miss World Cayman Islands when?
I was crowned the 26th of October, 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So here we are now in April. You were crowned, and did you actually do anything in relation to, you know, being crowned? Like, I know you guys have to like go out and do, you know, appearances. You show up to events. Have you done stuff?
Yes. So I have completed all requested appearances of me, as well as the preparations for the international pageant, which was just released the date. It will take place in May in India.
Okay.
So also been working on my Beauty with a Purpose, which is basically our platform and our community service initiative. I have worked on that weekly since being crowned, just different things like such as that. I have also procured my wardrobe, my hairstyles, and etc. Just overall preparation along with training.
Yes. Wow. So you have been busy. Now let's understand, a lot of people don't know much about pageants. You know, they kind of watch and like, oh, this is fun, whatever. But you guys actually sign a contract. So this is a contractual agreement. And in that contract, I guess you say that you have to, you know, do certain things to remain the title holder, and the pageant, you know, Miss World locally, they have obligations to you as well.
So with the contract, I unfortunately can't go into too much detail with it, as of course it's confidential. There is a list of obligations that the title holder must meet. Anything such as gross misconduct, it will be likely that your contract will be terminated without due process. However, there is a process that is outlined in the contract that if the representation needs to be changed, that these are the steps that we go through to make sure that it is done in a fair and transparent manner.
Mm-hmm. All right. So wonderful. Thank you so much for that. So this week now, obviously, something has changed in relation to you know, being Miss World Cayman Islands. How did you know that something had happened? Did they contact you? Like, how did this go down?
So I was contacted at the end of March. I was sent 3 emails. And one day I was at work at the time, so unfortunately I wasn't able to answer until later that evening. And essentially they listed out 3 warnings for me at the same time. And they were just kind of minor things, I would believe. They weren't classified as gross misconduct, which would cause termination. So once I received those emails and meeting and I asked for it to be reviewed, my meeting requests were denied, and there was basically no open communication on the way back for me.
So let me just make sure I understand this. You get 3 emails from them saying, and can you speak to what the supposed infractions were?
Yes. So I had so I had missed a meeting. I missed a call.
Okay.
A day ago or so. On the Friday of, and they emailed me on the day. And then I also had a talent portion that was being prepared for the Miss World competition. However, we weren't sure of the date as yet. So when I spoke to my choreographer and my instructor about my concerns with the date being so close, and we shared the same concern, and we agreed that it wouldn't be ready in time for an international stage, considering that they explained that it would take place in May. So when I discussed that with my representation from the committee and I explained it to them, there was no issue. However, it did come up in the email that this would be cause for a warning.
So hold on a second now. You just find out that the date for the being on the world stage is coming out. When is it? In May. And May. You find that out at the end of March. And they think
we found that out.
So you had no idea when it was going to be before, and they think you have enough time to adequately prepare your talent. Yes. Well, only if you're cooking Cayman beef and you're already an expert at it. I mean, let's be honest here. And so you say to them, I'm not going to be able to have this. Now, did you offer an alternative? Did you say, okay, I can't do this performance, but maybe there's something else that I can do?
Yes, actually, I did speak to my dance instructor about that. I said that this is because we were starting from scratch and it was going to be a cultural piece. So I also didn't want to be disrespectful with it. I wanted to make sure I can perform it properly. So I said, maybe we should go for something that is a little less heavy, something that I already know the choreography for, to try to level it up. But that person also did have previous engagements for the month of March and May. So it was also very stressful for their schedule for them to be able to fit me in. So it was a mutual decision. My shortcomings and their shortcomings, it just didn't allow it to happen.
And what was the third one?
The third one was they found that I was quote unquote rude in a voice note. It was in regards to my beauty with a purpose, and I just requested that everything be confirmed in writing and sent to me because there were a lot of open discussions and nothing was being confirmed and there was a lot of confusion. So that offended somebody, and that was the warning.
Wow. So they send you these 3 emails. They were 3 separate emails. How close in succession were they? Were they like the same day?
30 minutes of each other.
30 minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
They couldn't have combined it into one email?
No, ma'am. They had to make it seen. And these were actually in addition to a warning that I received last year. So I went with a fellow pageant sister and we were just hanging out at Cayman Bay. And they decided to take some photos, and I liked the photos, so I decided to post them, and that resulted in a warning.
What was the issue with the photos?
That it wasn't their photographer that did it. They classified it as a photo shoot, even though it wasn't a paid transaction or wasn't a planned transaction. It was very casual. They considered it a photo shoot and thereby a warning.
Did they explain these things to you when you were crowned? Like you can't take photos with your friends or acquaintances? Like don't go get...
The contract is very lengthy. I did read it. I did make my adjustments and I did have a conversation about it. However, it didn't go into full detail. The thing about contracts is that they can be quite open-ended and they can apply for anything if you have the right jargon. So while the clause may be specific and say, I may not be able to do any other photo shoots.
You didn't think of that as a photo shoot.
Classify that as a photo shoot. But
exactly.
So that's
and most people wouldn't think of just taking pictures with a friend as a photo shoot.
No, ma'am. Like hair wasn't done, makeup wasn't done. It was just a casual event.
Wow. So what if you were taking pictures with family members? You think it would have been an issue as well?
I don't know, honestly.
Oh my God. So 3 emails, 30 minutes apart, and then finally they send one to you saying that you're no longer Miss World?
No, ma'am. They asked me to come into a meeting.
Okay.
They wanted to discuss it in more detail. I came into the meeting. They had my notice. They requested my resignation, and they requested me to return certain items such as my crown and such. And I said, okay, I understand. I handed over the requested items that they wanted, and I sent in an email saying that I don't agree with this decision. I don't agree with this process. I would love for us to have this as an actual conversation, rather than you're just telling me that this is what you want. There was no open-end discussion. I just really feel like all of these issues that were brought up could have been resolved with a simple conversation. And for it to be so close to the pageant, it's very discouraging. So that was the main concern that I had. But no, ma'am, there was no discussion before the decision was made. And there was no answer to my emails at all, requesting a follow-up, requesting more conversations, more details. And then I just saw the press release when everyone else did.
Wow. That's crazy. Oh my God. You must have been in a state of disbelief and shock. Tell me how you were feeling when this all went down.
If I can be quite honest, I was kind of, and I think that's why I handed it over without so much as even like what's going on here. I'm already quite discouraged because to me this is not what pageantry is about. And I'm a veteran pageant. I love pageants and I love the idea of empowering women, about giving back to our community. But with this organization, I think our priorities just didn't align with what we were really focused on. And I just feel like there was a lot of red tape and there were a lot of things I wasn't able to do that I really wanted to do. So when they did say, you're done, like basically the last 8 months of your life is nothing, I was just like, okay, that's okay. If that is your decision, if that is what you think is best, then that's fine. But then I started thinking more about it and I spoke to my pageant mama, of course, and she was like, you worked way too hard and this is not right. She had to explain it to me because I do have this thing where I try to take the blame onto myself. Like, oh, I did things, I did do it, but it was done without due process. And that's what I really want to highlight, that while it is within their right to make this decision, it has to be done in a way that is ethical, that is professional, and that is transparent. So I was quite disappointed. And then I got angry. And then I got back to just being quite sad about just not having the opportunity in the first place.
Now, I'll be honest with you. When I know you posted some stuff on social media, and someone said to clarify that this pageant is not paid. So they thought that it was important for people to know that. What do you get for winning the crown other than the opportunity to go away to represent on the international stage? Do you actually win something other than that little crown on your head? Do you get a scholarship? Do you get a car? Do you get anything?
So this is not a paid role. Miss Cayman is not a paid role. A lot of the things that you're required to do will have to come out of your own pocket. One of our main prize is actually a scholarship. So you do win a scholarship. You win a $70,000 scholarship from the Ministry of Education once you receive the crown. But that's not a prize for going away, performing internationally. That's just what you get for performing locally. And once every other prize is kind of minuscule. I mean, of course, we're very grateful for them, but they're more photo shoots, alteration packages and such. So more to help you with your costs going on.
Yeah. But you expend a lot of money and that's why you have to get sponsorships and stuff.
It is quite expensive. It is a quite expensive sport.
Because you got to do wardrobe, makeup, preparation for the talent.
Yes. The thing is, when you're going away, you will be going away by yourself. So there's no hairstylist, there's no makeup artist, there's no coach there to help you. Everything that you want done, you're going to have to learn to do it yourself. You're going to have to learn how to sew a button on. You're going to have to learn how to put your hair in an updo in 5 minutes flat. You're going to have to learn how to beat your face in 30 minutes. And these are all trainings that we had to go through. These are all products that we had to purchase. And it's just, they just kind of push that to the side when it came onto this decision. Another thing is, as you know, I have naturally curly hair. All for the natural look, I did decide to really trust in my style team when they said that they wanted me to try straightening my hair. I haven't put heat in my hair for years. It's something that I was very against. And I said, okay, of course. And I went through with the project, and even just paying $300 for those extensions to only be worn once and then tossed to the side, it's a lot. And now my hair is damaged, and it's long-term effects a lot of people don't realize. It's damaging to even just your joints because you're constantly on heels, on top of the gym, on top of your talent.
Wow. Now, the really peculiar, and I'm glad that you give us a bit of insight in terms of how this works. But on top of all of this, You know, people, there's more information here that's a little bit interesting to put everything in I guess, a proper context. We just got a comment here, and I think this is a fair question. And when I first heard this piqued my curiosity and interest even more. So normally, if something happens and the title holder loses the title, the first runner-up obviously is the one who would become the title holder. That's why it's called the first runner-up and second runner-up. In this case, they bypassed the first runner-up. Now, I don't know if you know why that was done. Do you have any idea?
Unfortunately, I just can't do that at this time due to my obligations. Yes, but I believe the proper person to ask that would be the franchise holder.
Okay. So this person says, Sandra, the next thing is they took the crown from her. The first runner-up should have been the next one in line, which would be Steph McDermott, but did not. They announced the second runner-up. So again, this is a very, very peculiar development. I think it'd be interesting. You know, they made the announcement, but they didn't say why they bypassed the first runner-up. So that's a big question mark there in terms of what happened. And I also know that some of your other pageant sisters, people who have participated and actually won and held the title in the past, although they're not here, behind the scenes on the Mall Road, low key, they have a lot to say about the Miss World pageant. They have experiences of being degraded by, they say, the Ms. Pam, basically being told that they're fat, you know, body shaming and all this sort of stuff. And I think this, listen, I'm shocked by this, because one of the things with pageantries, as Angelique says, they always get on there on, you know, these radio shows and talk show programs, and they talk about how, oh, we're here to empower women and to make them feel beautiful and to, you know, accept who you are, accept the natural hair. Don't change your hair. There's no need for extensions. All this stuff. And the truth of it is that is a big lie. And that's the fraud part of pageantries, because behind the scenes, they are tearing these girls apart and trying to fix them back and put them back together so they can look like a perfect little, you know, Barbie doll and whatever their perception of beauty is. You know, curvy Caribbean women is not considered beautiful by international pageantry standards. Natural hair, you know, we had a couple pageants on the international stage where finally somebody with an afro and a natural hair finally won, but that was pretty shocking. So we see this conception of beauty constantly being pushed on us as people. And, you know, the people who are behind the scenes, who are the title holders for the pageants themselves, they are part and parcel of the problem. And I am very, very disappointed to hear that disparaging remarks are being made about people's looks when it comes to these people. I just can't. Have you heard any of these things yourself?
So, I just need to reiterate that this is not what pageant is about. Pageant is all about oneself and seeing true beauty that is not only skin deep. When it comes on to the other queen stories, I really want to offer them the platform to tell their story in their way they would like to. And that's what the whole I Stand with Binky calls for. If you've experienced something like this, it doesn't even matter if it's in pageantry, even if it's just in your workplace. If you've been told that you aren't naturally beautiful and you have to change certain things about you, I want you to be able to stand up for yourself. So that's what the I Stand with Binky hashtag came in for. I would love for them to make a comment. However, it has to be their decision. I can speak on my own experience when it came on to weight management. It was a very stressful situation. I do believe if weight is such a big issue in this franchise, then it should be disclosed before the pageant. I dropped 30 pounds in 2 months. And at the same time,
oh my God, that's incredible. But I wonder how healthy that is.
It's not very healthy.
Yeah.
But it's the pressure as well. It's the pressure to look a certain way, as well as the stress from everything else. It really is breaking down your body on a molecular level. But yes, and even though I lost that amount and people could see the difference, when it was brought up, it was always, you need to lose more. Oh, we're not seeing the difference in the places we want to see the difference, you know? So it was just things like that. So I completely understand with you, Miss Sandra, that it is very sad to see. I can't speak on the other queens, but I know with me, it is something that I face, and it is something that I hope no other girl in this position go through, because it really is just uncalled for.
Wow. So lots of people messaging saying that Miss Pam Small really should not be calling anybody any names when it comes to the looks department or being fat. I'm not going to get into too many of those comments. This one person, however, does clarify that the first runner-up is actually entering another pageant, and because of that, she couldn't sign the contract as the first runner-up. So thank you so much for clarifying that for us, because it's good to know exactly what's happening here. So there we go. Cameron's asking who owns this Cayman Miss World. It's Pam Small. So, wow. Absolutely unbelievable. And Angelique says, and it's no lie, all of it is due to stress. Anthony, good morning. Anthony says, wow, this is absolutely wild. Any chance the pageant committee is in breach of the contract? Are you getting any legal advice on this? I'm curious.
Again, I'm trying my best. I'm trying to get advice on this and how we can do this without really stepping on anybody's toes, but making sure that positive change is inflicted. Again, I can't disclose the details of the contract, but there are more obligations on one party. I can comment.
All right. That sounds like a yes. Speak Your Mind says, wow, 30 pounds in 2 months. Yeah, that is, ooh, honey child. I'm trying to lose some weight, but I don't want that kind of stress in my life to do it. Oh my goodness. So this is very, very crazy. Again, lots of people have comments. Somebody says, I love the fact that she has curves, love the natural hair. This is just absolutely crazy. I mean, you are a beautiful young lady. You're articulate. You speak well. And so it's hard to imagine that you would not have done your best and represented us well in India. So it was India, right?
Yes, it was in India. Yes.
Angelique says, as a former candidate, I was always told my hips are too big and how I walk is too sexual because of hips. Lord Jesus. My God. Do they not know how to talk to you young ladies? I mean, Tartarian, no, it's not paid. In fact, they expend a lot of money trying to get pageant ready. But I have to wonder, these people who hold these pageant titles, like the pageant, like they hold the franchise, what makes them qualify to even hold a franchise other than they bid for it and nobody else probably wanted it and they paid the right of money? I don't know that they have any relevant skills or experience, or they themselves know how to motivate people. I mean, listen, there are things that you can say that can be motivational, and then there are things that you obviously can say to a young person about their looks that makes them feel horrible. It's all about how it's done. And so I have to question what sort of training that they themselves have. You know, they offer training to the pageant girls, but maybe they need training on how to be a decent franchise holder.
Exactly. And that was a comment that somebody made, and I love that. They were saying that we need an overall pageant committee to oversee the different, because now we have so many different pageants coming in. And like you said, like with the franchise holder, it's really about, like, are we accepting your bid? So when it comes on to handling girls, especially if you're dealing with young women, I believe that you really should be taken through some level of training to make sure you're doing it in an ethical manner.
Yeah. And here's the thing too, right? If they have these ultra ridiculous standards, which I do think that they are, and I must admit, I'm not really a fan of pageants, generally speaking, because I've seen too much foolishness here in Cayman. And I have a daughter now, she's 8 years old. And I was saying this even yesterday. If she approached me and said, oh, Mom, I want to be in a pageant, my instinct is to grab her and run in the opposite direction, because I'm just, whatever. Right. Yeah. But, if they have these standards, why don't they say up front, you can only have a size A breast. Your waist has to be a size 28. your hips have to be like, why don't they just come out and say that up front? Why are they pretending
like
they are so inclusive?
Exactly. There are no regulations. Each franchise holder can have their own process. It's really up to them what they decide to do with it. And that's the thing. We're now in the accepting phase of beauty, I believe, like with just beauty being in many different, like now the ideal body in media is no longer thin.
Mm-hmm. But you see, that's in media, but I don't think that that's actually in the pageant world. Exactly. And so they latch onto it and they pretend that they're accepting, and in reality, they're not.
Because they want to appeal to the masses, and they know that accepting these beauty standards and putting it down, it's not going to work very well for them. So I believe that's the thing. I believe that pageantry
is a false narrative
in that aspect. And I believe that there are, because remember, these are different pageants. There are a lot of natural beauty pageants where that's always been the case. But it's it's these people pretending to be inclusive that is the issue.
Yeah. So Tartarian says Pamela was a former Miss Cayman. I wonder if they told her she needed to lose any weight, or, maybe her hair wasn't good enough. Or Kael says that this is wild. This hair thing really pissed me off. So he's upset that they made you change your hair. Anthony says, well, I mean, to be fair, I understand the weight issue. I've seen contracts for some Miss Universe and Miss World competitions. Some of them, all of the ones that I've seen, have explicit height and weight ratio requirements. Yes, when is the last time you've seen the winner, even the runners up, be on the bigger side? International winners always are the cliche height, weight, and shape wise. Don't mean to be harsh. It's just the reality. And Anthony, I completely agree with you. But if that is the case, then have that be very, very obvious and upfront when you're hosting the pageant. In fact, don't let anybody even enter pageant if they don't meet the height, weight requirements. If you don't want natural hair girls, then say that. Don't allow them to enter. They have their supporters. They have all the money that they put into actually participating in the pageant. And let's be clear, Pamela makes money off of these pageants because every time these young ladies enter, they pay an entry fee. So it is to her advantage, same thing with Miss Universe, to have as many participants as possible because they make the money when they have more people participate. Now let's get down to the money and sense of it, right? And so the more people they have participate, the better for them, for their pocketbooks. And yet, that's not the girls that they want. And the audience comes out, the audience, accepts these young ladies for who they are, beautiful Caribbean queens. They win Miss Popularity, best legs, all this sort of stuff. Young lady like Letitia Bush wins, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. And then you turn around and find a way to disqualify her on really petty, foolish stuff that you could have sat down and had a conversation with her. Here's the irony of it. I have known Miss Cayman when the government held it, title holders who did way more than this. Assaulting people, being convicted, and they didn't decrown her until we got on them and whatever. But even other girls out there partying and giving the title a really, really bad reputation, and they were not removed. So that is why I'm saying there's more going on here than meets the eye. And to me, this just seems like this is super petty. Now, this comment, I'm going to let y'all read it on screen because, some of y'all are saying that some people don't really need to have much to say about how these girls look. Although they hold the pageant, maybe they need to be looking in the mirror. I'll leave that for you. Let's just say this is one example of the comments that I'm getting here this morning. But the part that they say here is they just want to say that, Letitia, you're beautiful. Let's just read that positive part. Beautiful young lady. So, Jada says at this point, they need to replace the people in charge of this. Every year, it's something with these pageants. And this is the thing, Jada, to be quite frank, they purchase these rights, okay? So it's not even, again, there's no criteria for them except they're the highest bidder, or maybe they're the only bidder in Cayman that even wanted it. So they purchase the right to these and then they hold it until God knows when, as long as they want it, sort of thing. So there's no requirements for them. There's no one, I'm sure, on the international stage with Miss World checking to see how happy the girls are, how it's being ran. There's no, checks and balances. None of that is happening at this level, which I think is really, really quite unfortunate. Tartarian says they're using the girls to make up the numbers for the show, and then that as well, I think, is also part of what's going on. Darlene says, Sandy, you'll be right in the front row cheering for Miss Gigi. Oh Lord, I'm really hoping that she does not have any interest in pageants, because again, she's got natural hair, right? I hope that she never needs to process that in any way. It's obviously very, very long, and you know, she's gonna have to find her inner curls and find products that work to keep the curls. I mean, I love her curls. I wish I had her hair. But you know, Letitia, let's talk about some of the amazing support that you have received from all over the place. I know a lot of people have been reaching out to you since you know, you've been very, very professional, by the way. I saw you put out a message from Tower Marketing. Kudos to you. And I know that you went to your social media, and I also know that you want to make it very, very clear that the new title holder, you're doing nothing but congratulating her and wishing her the best. So let's talk a little bit about that, and then the amazing response that you've gotten from the community.
Yes, precisely. Again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has shown their support. Honestly, I didn't think it would gain so much traction. Pageants isn't really something that's talked about much in Cayman. So when I did put out a statement, I was really just trying to show and defend my side. I would say that while I understand where they are coming from, I do not agree with the process. So when people took it, and they actually took the hashtag and they shared it, and it went all over the place. It was just crazy. And it was so heartwarming to me, because it really shows that in Cayman, we really do care about our people. And we really are invested in our island and the representation of our island. So I'm pretty sure people that have never even known that I was Miss World before heard the story, and they just picked it up. And it really did warm my heart. And I am just so grateful for it. It is something that I want to encourage everybody to share and tag Isan with Binky, tag Miss World if you can, because we really just want to show them that we don't agree with the process that this was done in. Again, it's not on the current queen. Again, like, she has my full support. Again, women are supposed to be empowering women. I know that she'll do well if chosen to go out and represent us. However, I do believe that I can fight and defend myself and my name while still supporting her. So that was what those two statements were about. I don't agree with the position and the decision of stripping me of my title, but I do understand at the same time that that is not her fault. She's just a representation of them. She's just doing her job. So when she started receiving a little bit of commentary directed at her, I just was not really a fan of that.
Yeah, the sisterhood has to stick together, because this isn't the sisters versus each other. This isn't the pageant sisters versus each other. This is about the system and who owns the pageant titles needing to really shape things up a bit. Angelique says the fact that the pageant committee here is trying to make the girls look like what someone else looks like on the main stage. Grand Cayman is already a small island. Why not stand out? Wouldn't we catch more eyes then and actually place in some way? I mean, I don't know, Angelique. I mean, I think that, you know, the pageant world is all about money for the big people. And unfortunately, the young ladies are spending a lot of money. Some of them are doing cosmetic procedures to be able to fit in. They're doing so much stuff that's, I think, is so wild and so crazy. So I'm not sure. Richard says, can we get a list of expenses that the girls have to meet? So what's the fee that you pay to enter Miss World?
100. I think the registration fee is 100. The registration fee. So that's whether or not you're successful in registering. They do take a fee. The committee themselves take a fee. I believe it's around 2,500 that they take to cover their expenses, as it is very expensive to host, and they are in charge of making sure that all of the events go smoothly. And then everything else that you get from your sponsor, it goes towards your expenses.
Is that 2,500 per entry or?
Per entry, yes, ma'am.
Wow.
So they request 5,000 from your sponsor. Your sponsor most likely will not give you 5,000. You're lucky to sometimes get 3, 2. You just make it work. Sometimes you might have to get multiple sponsors. Majority of the time, even if you get the 5,000, that's not covering everything. It is, pageants are extremely expensive, and you're also still taking care of your house, you have your car, you have your job, you have all these other expenses on top of this luxurious expense. So it is very costly. That's why community support is so important. So the main thing is, of course, wardrobe. You need an entire new wardrobe. Nothing that you wear regularly can be worn at pageant, especially one at this level. Your hair is going to have to be done weekly, salon sessions, weekly treatments. It's going to be fried, so you got to get those in. And of course, your nails have to be properly manicured every time. If you are at an event and your nail is chipped, you will get a warning for that. You have to confirm with them also your color of your nail and your hairstyle. So if they want your hair straight, then you're just going to have to go and figure it out as well. But yeah, it's just like little things like that, like those expensive, they start to really add up, as well as, let's say that your family wants to go and support you, then they have to take into consideration their costs as well.
So someone is asking if we can reach out to Pam for her to give a comment. I only have one number for her, which I think is her Logic number, and she no longer works there. But if someone has a private number for her, by all means, we got a little bit more time in the program, do send it through, and I'm happy to speak with her. Tartarian says, a better opportunities on the way for this young lady, even a better pageant. Go for regional pageants. Every disappointment is for a good cause. So some real positive love coming your way. Angelique says, don't forget makeup. If you can't do your own, you got to pay for someone to do it for you.
And those are normally $75 a session. If you're lucky, it's normally $125.
Tartarian says, who pays a fee to get a job? This is crazy. Sounds like a work permit. Someone says Pam still has the same number. Try calling her. Oh wait, somebody's calling me. That means that they're sending me some information. Okay, I got her personal number. But we do want, I don't want the two of you to get into anything. So I do want to finish your segment, and then we can call Pam to see what she has to say for herself. Gigi says they make the girls believe that they're pretty so that they can sign up and pay the fee, knowing that they're damaging these girls' minds by not winning. They feel ugly and defeated, and they're somehow emotionally affected. Now, Miss World is one of the few pageants that still has a talent element to it as well. What was your talent that you did? Did you do a dance when you entered the local competition?
We actually don't have a talent portion in the local pageant.
Oh.
Yes. So it's figured out when they're planning on going away. Yeah. It's very rare that Cayman does a talent portion. That's why I was really adamant that I would love to do it, because I've actually danced with different local companies such as UCCI dancers and Dream Chasers Cayman.
All right, very good. And somebody else says, let me just post this one up on the screen here. Lots of very, very interesting comments coming in about pageants in general. I think the local, people need to really get it together in terms of what they're doing. But this person says, sorry, but these beauty pageants have always been for scrawny, clear skinned gals. That's why I don't watch. She's a beautiful Caymanian woman, but unfortunately way, way outside the target physique. You have mentioned that you have actually participated in other pageants as well. So tell us a little bit about your pageant history.
Yes, so this is actually my fourth time. I have joined 3 pageants before this. I was crowned 2017 Agriculture Queen, 2018 Miss Teen Cayman Islands, and 2020 Miss World Universal Beauty. So I've also gone and represented our country internationally as well and was crowned then. And I hope to participate in many more pageants in the future.
All right. Jim says, lovely young lady, beautifully spoken. I must say you are. Siobhan says, don't know this girl, but she's beautiful and smart. Someone else is mentioning that they wish that having a good brain was more of a, requirement, because you definitely would be winning that category. So Letitia, you've won lots of hearts here this morning. And when you were talking about the necessity to be perfect with nails and hair and makeup and all this kind of stuff, girl, let me just show you my nails. They look.
You don't want to see mine.
They're all chipped up. Last time I did almost a clear thing, and it's all chipped up. Even my daughter yesterday, because she pays attention to everything, she looked at my nails and she said, Mom, Are those gel? Did you do gel polish? And I said, no, that's just regular polish, but it's so chipped up and I'm in bad need of a manicure, but I'm busy. So yes, it's serious what you guys have to really endure. So Letitia, we want to thank you for coming on the show this morning. We had a good 700 people listening during most of your segment. And I think people are just very, very interested in, what you have to say and perhaps a deeper insight into the world of pageantry. Don't allow this to deter you. Continue, as Shaq says, continue advocating. It's your right now, and someone else tomorrow, turn your pain into purpose and carry this forward. So lots of people, willing to support you. And then we're going to reach out to Pam here and hear what she has to say about this situation as well. Someone asking, when was the last time Cayman placed at Miss World? Remember, Tartarian, the Cayman Islands government used to have both franchises. So they had both Miss World and Miss Universe until just a couple years ago. And then they decided to give up Miss World because they felt, I think, that they weren't getting value for money with the Miss World pageant. So they kept just the Miss Universe. Someone said 1982 was the last placement. Was that with Teresa Lewis? Because I know she placed. Someone else says, please reiterate, have her reiterate that her warnings were for very minor things. She was unjustly decrowned, and that is another pageant holder that is saying that. So another title holder, former title holder, I should say. Siobhan says, well, I'm probably getting written up. Child, we'd be all getting written up. Marshall says, keep your head high, young lady, walk in your purpose. So thank you so much, Letitia, for coming on the program, for speaking with us and explaining some of the questions that we had, because I think a lot of us weren't quite understanding what was going on.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much again for having me. And thank you all for your support and interest. Just thank you. Have a lovely day. And I hope that we can really move towards doing better for our country and for our young women.
Okay, fantastic. And keep being beautiful inside and out.
Thank you
so much. All righty. Oh, what a nice young lady. All right, we're going to give Pam a call here so that she can speak to us as well about some of the criticisms that have been levied against her, not just with this young lady, but generally speaking. We want to hear what she has to say for herself. All right, so let's give Ms. Pam a call here as well. Uh-oh, hold on now. Let me see. My poor phone is... Hi, give me 1 second, Pam. I'm just trying to pull you back in so we can hear you on the board. There we are. Pam?
Morning.
Hi, morning. How are you?
Hi. Well, I've been better, let's just say.
Okay. Well, let's just put, we're trying to understand exactly what is going on here. Obviously, Ms. Letitia has come on the program. She has been dethroned by your organization for what she say has been very minor infractions. And I'm going to be honest with you, Pam, after this, even before the story came out, the reason why it came our way and why we got wind of it wasn't just because of your press release, but I had a lot of pageant girls reaching out saying that your pageant has a lot of room for growth and that you guys need to stop being so negative towards the young ladies and pressuring them and saying derogatory things about their looks, their physique, and telling them that they're ugly and all this sort of stuff. So what do you have to say this morning?
Well, morning, Cayman. I've never said anything like that to any of my queens. That's not the kind of person I am. I think those that know me know my character and know who I am and how I am. And I think, Sandra, you also know me. I'm not someone who's going to do that, who's going to degrade another woman and who's going to talk down to her. We can talk about some of the things that the former title holder was saying on your show.
So you deny that you've ever said that, or your committee members are saying that to the young ladies?
Yeah, no, we would never say those kind of things to anyone. I mean, we have standards that we have to follow, yes. And I know, you mentioned that on the show, was mentioned earlier. And we have standards we have to follow. And yes, we're going to try to push our girls there, but we're not going to say it in that kind of way, right? We're going to train them properly. We're going to teach them how to do their makeup and how to do their hair in the way that best fits their look for the international competition. right? But I'm not going to tell someone you're fat. I mean, I told Leticia, and I hope that, this is exactly what I told her. I said to her, I love your body. It's a beautiful Caribbean body. I personally love it. I wish I had hips like that. I love it. I love her body. That's a Caribbean body. I mean, maybe the pageant world internationally, isn't like that. Of course, the standards are different. Yes. Right. But I personally love her body. And we are going internationally to compete. So there are things that we have to do. Right.
So let me ask you a question, Pam, in relation to that.
Sure.
If you know that you have young ladies who are signing up and who are interested in running, and they're not going to place well at Miss World, or that's not the Miss World definition of beauty, why even let them go that far as to win? Why not say to them, or just put in your application, these are the things that, yes, your hips have to be this, your waist has to be this, you can't be big busted, you can't be curvy.
Right.
Why not put that in your application up front? Why not make it a criteria?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of criteria, and we do make exceptions sometimes, and there are girls that we don't allow in the pageant, right? But we make exceptions to try to help the girls and try to help them, make an investment in themselves and train them during that contestant journey, to become that pageant girl that they need to be, right? Some don't follow instructions, some may not do it, or, some just aren't ready for it, and we have realized that over the years. We do have a lot of criteria that these girls have to follow to be in the pageant, but I must say, we don't get that detailed with it. So maybe in future, that is a lesson that we could get more detailed, and we could say you have to be this, this, and this. I mean, but we never wanted to do that because we want to allow it to be open and inclusive, and those who wish to come in actually have a chance to understand pageantry, and then maybe in a couple of years come back in. You know what I mean? Because of what they've learned.
Being open and inclusive, but then pressuring them to change their natural hair and put in extensions and all this kind of stuff.
So let me speak to that, if you'd let me, please. I've never told Leticia to change her hair. I was the one who told Leticia, can I see a picture of your natural hair? Because I had never seen it. She sent me the picture. I sent it to our hairdresser, and our hairdresser said, bring her in. We're going to do a treatment, and we're going to do her hair curly natural. And that's exactly what was done. It was our former queen who said she wanted to have keratin. I never wanted her to get keratin because that will ruin her hair. Like, I won't do keratin in my hair because my hair is naturally curly. So I'm not sure why she said that on your show just now, that we forced her to change her hair. Yes, she did buy the extensions. She did that herself because she wanted the extensions. We paid for all hair, all makeup lessons, the clothing that she wears. I mean, everything. I would say 80%, 85% of the things that she needs, we pay for. So I'm not sure where this is coming from her, that she had to pay for a bunch of stuff. I don't know what that stuff is, right? Yeah, she paid for that hair because it was hair that she wanted to add on. And at the time, we didn't have the funding for that, but we said, okay, you pay for that. We're going to pay for your hair and for your makeup to be done. Every hair appointment that she went to, Sandra, we paid for. You can ask our hairdressers. We paid for it. We paid for all her makeup. We paid for makeup lessons. We bought over $500 of name brand makeup and items for her, and she got to keep them. She got to keep all her prizes. We're not taking any prizes back. We wrote that press release, Sandra, in a way to protect her. And that's why, we got questioned after, like, why would you do this? We did that to protect her. Our press release wasn't straightforward because we didn't want it to be. But now we're on here talking openly about something that was supposed to be confidential. And it's quite unfortunate.
So you say that hair and makeup is included, and she's saying that hair, makeup, and wardrobe are not paid for. So let me just clarify.
No, let me clarify. Sorry. So yes, for her, we paid for every hair appointment she went to. Okay, I'm just saying, so far, when she was queen, we paid for every hair appointment she went to. She did buy her own curly extensions. Yes, that's true. We paid for every makeup all the makeup that she had to go to events, to do whatever she was doing in relation to Miss World. We paid for that, right? Wardrobe. I mean, the girls do use some of their clothing because we have so many events. I would say 80%, 75% of wardrobe is paid for, like the main stuff. But we can't afford to pay it all. I know you said something about make money. We don't make any money from this. I don't get paid for this. I know no one believes me. I've said it to 1,000 people, and it's fine if you don't want to believe it. I do this because I enjoy it. I love pageantry. I'm a past Miss K-Man, right? And I love it. And, I do it to help empower women. and for them to, to grow, because this is an investment in yourself. So yes, you need to put some money forward, right? We've never charged a registration fee until last year.
Well,
We've never got
she
funding
said
from
that
government
as a queen, hair and makeup were not paid for.
Okay, well, that's not true. I'm sorry, that's false information. I have receipts from my makeup and hairdressers, so I'm not sure what she's referring to.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it was.
Other people are saying you're not being 100% truthful who actually have held your title. I'm just saying. I mean, it's not just this young lady.
I'm speaking about this year.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
Our funding is very different this year than it was 2 or 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
Right. Like I was saying earlier, we didn't get funding from government until 2023.
Right.
And from 2017 to 2023, we did this through fundraising, through the generous support of our sponsors and people who entrusted in us. That's how we got ahead. So yeah, a lot of things weren't paid for back then, but luckily, we've gotten to a point now where we can pay for a little bit more. And our pageant that just happened last October, we lost money at that pageant. It was the first year we moved from Hartwell, and we actually lost money and had to pay people this year that we owed from the pageant last year. Right. And it was quite embarrassing, right? But I took the risk. I felt we needed to grow.
Did you tell her that her butt and thighs were too big?
No, I told her that I love her Caribbean body. I said that earlier. That's what I said to her. I don't know who told her that. I don't know where she's getting that from. I love it. Now for international standards, I mean, we were sending her to the gym. We were asking her to work out, and to lose a little bit of weight. Yes, we were asking that, right? But her I feel her body personally is beautiful. She's beautiful.
All right. Diamond Eyes says that's not true. There's more to this story. There are way too many complaints about how you handle stuff. People actually know who you really are, and she isn't hiding anything. So,
okay. Well, I'm who I am, and I'm sorry that person doesn't know me personally, but I've done this for many years, and I try my best at it. We're not perfect. People are going to make mistakes, but I feel like I've tried my best to do as best as I can, and I think we've done a really good job, right? And it's unfortunate what happened. She speaks to all these other things that she said that's a breach of her contract. I'm doing what I feel is best here.
What do you say to the actual infractions? I mean, it sounds really petty, the stuff that within 30 minutes she got 3 messages about. What is that really all about?
Well, the reason those were sent the time that they were was because they had just happened over the last couple of days. You can't send a warning until it actually happens. Right. So they had just happened. So let's talk about talent. So first of all, talent is voluntary. We normally don't have and I do have to go to work soon, but I'm trying to hurry here. Talent is voluntary, right? We don't have to do talent. It's not something that's mandatory. So we stopped our girls from doing talent because we felt like, let's spend that time on other things that you're going to get graded on, right? That you're going to get, in the competition, other segments. So she decided she wanted to do a dance. This was in January. She begged to do it. We were kind of against it. We said, okay. We allowed her to do a dance. I spoke to the choreographer. We agreed to pay the choreographer. They did 4 to 5. I think it was 4. It was 5 sessions scheduled, but in the end, they did 4 between January and February. The dance was done. We hadn't seen the dance, right? But we were going to see it in March. The dance was done. All of a sudden, a few days before this warning came out about the talent, she's going to tell us that her and the instructor have decided she's not doing the dance. I'm like, but your instructor and you confirmed to us in February that the dance was done and you were good to go. I mean, they told us that after the second practice, the dance was confirmed and done and it looked great. But they did 2 more practices after that from what we had in the calendar. And I spoke to the instructor after and everything was good to go. So, she can't make that decision on her own that she decides not to take part in talent when we've wasted all this time and energy to get her in the talent competition. And now all of a sudden you're not going to do it. Well, at least let's sit down and talk about it. Like, that's not what happened. It was just a decision that her and the choreographer made. And, we should have been involved in that. We're the ones paying the choreographer. So, that's very false information. And the other ones were,
And let me just ask you a question then about you would not have told her until the end of last month when the actual pageant was?
No, the pageant wasn't announced from Miss World. I can't tell her until it's announced publicly. So the pageant was announced in, where are we at? I guess it was announced like a month ago, like maybe the beginning of March. I think it was announced for May 31st in India. But by then, the talent was done. The practices, the 4 practices were over. She had done them already. And I was told that they were good to go. And then all of a sudden, a decision was made that she's not going to go do it. What?
Okay.
Yeah,
and then the one with her taking a picture with a friend that you guys categorize as a photo shoot.
Right. So let me clarify about our contract. Our contract is very strict, very, very strict, and it follows the international Miss World pageant, right? Just like, or the international pageants that I'm a part of, Miss World, Miss Supernational. And, that contract says that you can't do any public photo shoots with photographers unless we're involved, right?
And how is that a public photo shoot?
Well, it looks public to us.
It's not a photo shoot. Taking a picture with a friend.
It wasn't with a friend. There was no friends in the photo. Go to her page. It's the red dress photo shoot. That's a photo shoot, Sandra, that we were not informed of ahead of time. All of a sudden, there's these pictures, and we're asking to collab on the pictures, and I'm like, where does this come from? Right? We want our queen to look good. We want hair and makeup done. We want her to look presentable if she's doing a public photo shoot.
But she said it wasn't a photo shoot. That's why none of that was done, because it actually wasn't a photo shoot.
Well, you can look at it and decide for yourself, but in my eyes, it was a photo shoot. I mean, if you're just taking pictures with your friend, you can do that all you want. We're not going to stop you from doing that. I mean, look at our queen's pages. They take pictures with their friends all the time. That's nonsense. I mean, that's crazy.
Okay, so she said to clarify that the friend wasn't in the photo, but she was taking photos of her.
Yeah, but the friend is a professional photographer. It's her business. She has a business. The friend is a photographer, and if you look at the collab on her page, you'll see the photographer's name, the business name. So that's a professional photo shoot. We don't mind it if she had come to us. I know the photographer. I would have gone to the photographer and said, let's do it. Right. The more the merrier. Right. But there's rules that are surrounding that. Right. I mean, she's going to represent Cayman on the international stage. She's representing a country. Like, that is so important. And those rules, I mean, on that contract, that's what's protecting us, is that so that when she does go away, she's the best representative possible because she's followed those rules. If those rules can't be followed locally, how are they going to be followed internationally? If she was to win Miss World, do you want to see their contract? Their contract is probably 500 pages. I mean, I'm following international standards. And
you give them a $500 contract. A 500 page, sorry, a 500 page contract.
Sorry. No, I don't. I'm saying, I'm just being exaggerate. I'm just saying my contract is nothing compared to the Miss World contract. If our queens were to go off and win Miss World, right? It's a very serious contract. It's very serious. You can't do photo shoots. You can't advertise people on your page that aren't a sponsor of that pageant. There's a lot of things I could go on with. So we'd be here all day.
Right. And do you take the time, Pam, because you're expecting young ladies. I mean, this young lady seems smart enough, but you're also expecting young ladies to sit down and read these contracts with all these legal clauses and understand it. Does anyone sit down and explain any elements of the contract to them once they're crowned?
Several times. We went through that contract several times with all 3 of our queens. Yes. We sat with the committee. We sat with their managers several times. We have lawyers in the room. We what we did this year? We even went further. And the most important things, like no photo shoots unless we're involved, we actually typed 10 top most important contractual obligations. I know this sounds silly. We typed them out in color, and we gave them to the queens as they left the meeting with the contract and said, hang this up on your fridge so you won't forget these things. That's what we did. But people choose not to follow things, and this is the consequence of that, and it's really unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, this is not something, Sandra, I would have ever wanted to do in my life as a director, right? But when you're a leader, when you're in charge, you have to make challenging decisions, very tough decisions, and it was a very tough one that me and my entire committee are hurting from right now, in the sense of it's not something we ever wanted to do, right? And here we are.
Well, it's sad. It's sad all around.
It's
to
very
be
sad.
honest.
It's very sad.
And
Oh, and let me clarify the first
yes.
runner-up, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about her entering a pageant. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, but I don't know anything about her entering another pageant. Maybe she is, and that's great. She didn't sign her contract with us. That's why. Like, if you don't have a runners-up contract with us, we can't make you miss. You know, you can't step in, right? So that's what happened with her.
Right.
And like I said, Leticia kept her prizes. We did not take anything from her. Even the $500 worth of makeup that we bought her, name brand, very good quality makeup, she got to keep. You know, so you know.
I mean, you normally can't take money back, but all right. So you have a committee that would have made this decision. You guys made this decision, it seems, rather quickly. Do you have like minutes from that meeting, and you've justified, I guess, in your own minds that this was the right decision to make?
Yeah, we have minutes from the meeting, and yes, we've justified in our mind this was the rest. I mean, the relationship was broken by that point, right? So even that to add on top of it all, you know, there was no way we could continue in the relationship. And I mean, that happens in an employment contract. I mean, this is not quite an employment contract and she's not paid, but you know, you can compare it to that. If, you know, I was, you know, at Logic, I was in charge of 30 people for over 10 years. Yeah. Right. And I mean,
that is an employment contract.
Decisions.
So, I mean, you're being paid.
No,
but let me ask you a question here. You didn't think that it was worth bringing her in and having a conversation with her and just giving a warning?
We did have a conversation with her. But we did have several conversations.
You brought her in and you basically terminated.
Yeah, that was the last straw. But between January, I would say maybe even December and March, we've had several conversations. We've talked to her on the phone. Sometimes we can't meet in person. We've done Zoom calls. You know, we used to check in with her on a daily basis. Right. It just became to a point where you can't continue in that type of relationship. It's unfortunate. And it's like I said, I never want to have to make this decision again, you know, and I never wanted to in the first place.
All right, Ms. Pam.
Yeah, Sandra, thanks for calling me and getting my side of it.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And I would love to come on your show in the future to talk really about a little bit more about what pageantry is about, because it's a serious commitment. And if you're not willing to you know, abide by that contract and by those rules, then you're not going to make it in this, and it's probably not for you. And that's fine. You know, just like sports isn't for me, but pageantry is. I mean, it's the same thing, right? So, you know, it is something I'd love to come on your show and talk about in future. We also
I don't know, girl. We'll have to see, because at this point I'm so fed up with the hot mess that pageants are that you might have to do a lot of convincing.
Well, I mean, that's with everything, right? I mean, nothing is going to be perfect, unfortunately. Nothing is going to be 100%. I mean, that's just how life works. It's unfortunate, you know, but I appreciate, you know, everyone's support out there, and, you know, and I really wish Leticia the best. She's a very nice, a very good girl in the sense of she's got a lot going on for her. And I do hope, you know, that she succeeds.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Pamela Small.
Thank you, hon. Okay,
I appreciate it. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
All right. I think maybe director of the local Miss World pageant would be the correct title. Let's see if we can bring Leticia back. She's been sitting in the back room listening to this. Leticia, you want to come back on and respond to some of this? I'll give you a minute to set your camera back up. Jada says hot mess for sure. She says this is not adding up. Sheila, good morning. She says, what are we talking about? I just joined today. Well, we are talking about, but I want you guys to stay tuned because we're going to have an after show segment that could get very, very interesting. But we are talking about the Miss World pageant and the young lady who's been dethroned. Somebody else saying Pam is a liar and they just did not want her. Oh my God, what a mess. All right, let's talk to Leticia. Leticia, we have you back here. Obviously, she gave a bit of a rebuttal. She said they'd spoken to you on numerous occasions. You know, sometimes they would call you because they couldn't meet. What you did, and this, I'm going to put the photo up here. She said this is a photo shoot that you tagged the photographer. I didn't know Leanne Tibbetts took the pictures?
Eliane Parry.
Oh, but she's a former Miss Cayman herself.
Yes, and she's actually one of my dance sisters who I have a very close relationship with as well. I didn't reach out to her in her capacity as a photographer. She was at an event. I was at an event. She offered to take a few photos. I agreed.
Oh, snaps. Okay. And so they thought by you tagging her in the photos that you were somehow promoting her business. And they saw this as a photo shoot.
Yes, and there was no, if I take it down, can we like not consider this a warning? There was no communication about it at all. There was just, this is your first warning.
Wow. Okay. All right. And then the other two things, one was in relation to, what was the other one again? I can't even remember, child. What were the other two things? Can you help me remember?
Oh yes, the canceling of the talent.
Oh yes, your talent.
Some light on actually, because I was very adamant that I wanted to do talent. As Miss Pam said, she normally doesn't have her representatives do a talent. I wanted to do a talent. I wanted to start as soon as possible, as soon as I won. She didn't confirm that I could do a talent until January. So it wasn't even until the new year that we started to even consider like actually moving forward with it. 4 sessions were done. These were vocab. Any dancer must know it takes more than 4 sessions to really get something into muscle memory and to be able to perform it. So we did the vocab, the choreography was done, the concept was done. Then the timeline came out, it was too much, so we tried to do another concept to make it work very well. When it came on to her conversations with my director, with my instructor, my choreographer, she reached out multiple times and attempted to schedule multiple calls in order to update her. She did not receive a response. So while I'm actually not even supposed to have direct communication with Miss Pam in regards to my updates, that's what our managers are there for, and she made that extremely clear. She acts like she was just left out of the dark. My manager asked for an update. It was given to her, and then next thing I notice, it's all of a sudden a warning. So that's not how it went down at all.
Wow. And she also said that they paid for the choreographer and his services, or his services.
They did not accept payment. They had a conversation with Pam and said that they completely understand and they wouldn't be able to put out the time for it as well, so that they will not accept payment and they will just consider this a favor to me because we do have a really great relationship.
So they did not pay the choreographer?
Pay the choreographer.
All right. Did they pay for makeup? What else you said? Wardrobe, makeup, and hair.
With hair and makeup, since winning, they will cover the expenses. There are some things that they have yet to reimburse me for. One, hair treatment, nails, those are looking to be reimbursed. They did confirm that they will reimburse me. There are other things that they won't.
So you have to pay for them up front and then they reimburse you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There are certain things that they won't reimburse, I believe, which are the main expenses. Like I got curly and straight hair extensions. Like those are coming up to almost a grand. Honestly. So those are things that they haven't paid for. When it comes on to makeup for events, they do have a makeup sponsor. So, and not all makeup is covered. Something else that I believe she needs to shed more light on, because from my understanding, not all makeup is covered. And even if we do have a very important event, they will simply say, just do your makeup by yourself, because they want to float the cost.
Right. And the other thing that was mentioned is, obviously you were in the gym twice a day because they were telling you. Now, did she ever say to you, she says she loved your body and she told you that. Did she ever say to you that your hips and butt or thighs, your butt and thighs, whatever, were too big?
She said, and I quote, "I love your body. I love the Caribbean body. But if for the international stage, it's not a pageant body." And so there was an allegation that I wasn't putting enough work in my fitness and that I wasn't losing weight. So I went to F45 and I got a scan, which breaks it all down. You guys should all get that. And I said I lost 4% of my body fat in this short period of time. With that, she said, okay, but your hips and your thighs and your hips and your butt is the main issue. It's too big. I was also not permitted to wear anything that was like just a little tight fitting, because they didn't want it to be accentuated.
Right.
Wardrobe, they wanted anything that was very baggy, nothing too short, just anything for that. But let's say I had a big bust, it wouldn't be an issue if I'm wearing something that has a low V. So there was definitely prejudice in that sense as well.
Oh, so it's okay to show big boobs, but nothing else that's big. And interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Anthony says that he thinks that the photo shoot issue was 100% a photo shoot. I don't know if it was justification for a breach, but any reasonable person would call that, think that it was, that saw that would think that that was a photo shoot. So he's saying to him, this looks like a photo shoot.
And that's
the fact that it was your cousin or aunt or whatever that was taking the photos. But again, is that reason enough? And she didn't discuss the voice note. How much do you think that that played in it, where she thought you were, being rude? I think at that point they were just looking for reasons to get rid of you.
The voice note actually took place in January 14th.
So why would you be bringing that up now? And she never said anything about the voice note January 14th, 15, 16, so on?
No, ma'am.
Oh,
no.
Come on now.
Manager did come.
Yeah. When you get terminated and your boss just looking for reason, they'd be like, 5 years ago, you did this. And you're like, huh? Because if it was an issue, you don't wait. She said she managed a team of 30 people. Pam should definitely know when it comes to HR management and managing people. The second someone does something that you're not happy with or is an infraction, you address it immediately. You don't wait 2 months later and then list that on the list of reasons why you're being terminated. That's hardly sounds right. I mean, what on earth? Oh my gosh. What a hot mess. All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck, Letitia. It sounds like a hot mess. And, they say every cloud has a silver lining, a rainbow around it. So we do hope that you, Grace says, sounds like the issue here is communication. I do believe that sounds like a good part of it. Trinity says Binky has done this her whole life. She's a professional. This is not a mess that she created. So I think that honestly, they just wanted to get rid of you, and it's unfortunate, for whatever reason. So we do again want to wish you the best of luck. Shaq says, please address Miss Pam's hair comments regarding that you were encouraged to wear your curly hair and sending it to the hairstylist for them to see how their natural look, your hair looks. So let's talk about that, because she does make it sound like you were the one who wanted to put in the extensions.
Yeah, she does. So everybody knows I've never done a pageant with straight hair. I've always had natural hair. Every single crown I've worn it on top of my natural hair. When pageant, the stylist did favor straight hair for me, and I can understand why. They did think it made me look a little bit mature. And if it was a wig, I said, I do not put heat in my hair, but I'm willing to work with you, and I'm willing to see different looks. How they wanted me with straight hair throughout the whole pageant.
You mean like the entire year that you were holding the title, they wanted you with straight hair?
Before I even won, just through the
Before you even won?
Before I even won, they wanted straight hair. They wanted that look. And I just didn't really agree with it. I still wanted hair, so I still went and I wore my curly hair. When it came on to being like a queen now and going through that, I told them I like my curls and I wanted to try it with my curls. They said, okay. They set me up with a really nice stylist who got me with treatments and everything. And then they decided we want to try straight. I didn't say I would like to try straight. They offered. I said, okay, I will try to make it work. This was in practice for the international pageant. Now, India is hot. The face is not going to stay. So it had to have been a sewing. So I said, okay, I'll buy the bundles. However, I think it will revert way too easily. So if we are doing this, a keratin would be done. And if we're doing this, then we have to get it done now so we can practice. With all of that said and done, we decided to do the straight, and then they decided, okay, we actually want curly hair after. So it was really their decision. After I just followed along with whatever they requested.
Wow. Girl, keep your curly locks and find another pageant. Thank you so much, Letitia. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks too. Bye-bye. What a mess. All right. You guys ready for more messiness on this beautiful Thursday? This is like Friday part 1 for us. So we're going to dive right into it. We're going to make a phone call. Let's see if we get an answer. Dun, dun, dun. Unavailable. Let's try again. No answer. Let's try again. Y'all know we don't give up easy, and then I'm going to tell you who this is. Oh, they're typing a message. Give me a second. Hold on, folks. Dun, 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 dun. They want to know who it is before they answer the phone. Ay, 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 caramba. Hello. Uh-oh. She not answering the phone. Oh. She don't want to answer the phone. Answer the phone, honey child. All right, give me 1 second. Yes, honey child. Let me see if we can get a Sandy. Pam wanted to get rid of that girl. Hold on a second. We're going to try one more thing. Give me 1 second here. Trying to see if we can. This person says, good morning, Sandy. It'd be so awesome if these young girls can get together and secure a pageant rights. After all, it's the 21st century. Who is that? She says, wrong number. Okie dokie then. All right, give me 1 quick second. All right. So, right. She's claiming that's not her. Okay. So let's, you guys help me out here. Maybe somebody else has her number. Let me tell you who we were calling. We were calling, one, everybody paying attention, class? Everybody paying attention? Yes, Miss Brenda. The child was found. All good. Still on air, honey child. So unless you have the number for John's side piece, I'm going to call you later. All right. So anybody else have the number for John's side piece? You know, the one that he got pregnant and she's now been sent back to Honduras. Anyone else has her telephone number? Because if you have her telephone number, I would love to get it. Because yes, we wanted to call her. So John, you say everything I say about you is a lie. Can you tell us about Jerica? You know, the one that just went back to Honduras that you're sending money for this baby that she's going to have for you. This is what, child number 6, 7, 8. How many children you got now, honey child? No wonder we need to keep you in government, or so you want us to believe, so that you can keep paying these women all this child support money. Does anyone have Jerica's number? She used to work at Country and Western as a bartender. She's now back in Honduras. Put it out there that we would, like to speak to Jerica. Yes, we want to hear her. Now, apparently John's so foolish that Jerica was checking him and a fireman at the same time. We will not just be disclosing which fireman. So if you have a husband that's a fireman, poor you, honey child, you might want to talk to your husband, but we won't be mentioning his name because he's not an elected official. So we don't care much what he's doing unless, she wants to tell us all the stuff's there. That'd be her business. But anywho, she was checking them both. And, John has taken responsibility for apparently knocking her up. The dude's supposed to be married, isn't he? Talking about God made him lose the election in 2013 so that he could run for public office. Oh, poor him. I guess God arranged this miraculous conception as well. Yeah. All right. So looking for the number, honey child. The number that we were given, this person claims her name is Monica, and it's not her. All right, Jerica, Country and Western, barmaid, because that's what they like, bartenders. Yep. She came out about 3 weeks ago. She's back in La Ceiba right now. Pregnant. Anybody got her number? All right, Jerica, please give us a call because, we know he's sending you money now, but honey child, these men none are good. So the chances of him continuing to support you during this pregnancy, maybe that's not going to happen. John, you need to do better. You really have got to do better. Will you say everything we say about you not true? Well, we want to hear from Jerica so we can hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Yes, Lord have mercy. Carib guy says the tea's so sweet. Today, we can have diabetes. Jerica, we're calling for you, honey child. Yep. Honey child. Ooh, is that Jerica's number? Are you kidding me? How you know Jerica's number, Anthony? Don't tell me you've been checking her. Don't tell me you've been talking to Jerica. But that's the number I called and she won't answer it. She claims you see, Anthony, why do you know her number? Jerica, that's the number we just messaged. She claimed her name, Monica. She hiding out. Yes. Come on, Jerica. He not gonna pay that child support forever, and you're gonna end up on Mall Road anyway, begging for child support because John, he not a good paymaster. So if you talk to us now, we can help you. I'm saying, how did you get this number? When did you get this number? Since you claim your name, Monica. Why do you always be picking on the name Monica? I guess as long as they're not saying Sandra, I'm not too business with them. But Jerica, we want to talk to you, Mamacita. Dime la verdad. Come on, Mama. She claims she just got the number a couple days ago. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, where are you located? She claims she just got the number a couple days ago. So let's see. So I'm not believing this story. You just got the number a couple days ago? I don't think Jerica could be giving up that number because she wants to make sure that John can reach her to send those payments every month. Someone said, please don't get me mixed up and clarify that it's not the Caymanian Jerica. No. She's in Honduras. She's in La Ceiba. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to call her straight from the other number. And we'll know how it rings, if she came out or not. Just hold on, Jerica, because Anthony know the number. Anthony, he look like he know what's going on. Let's hear how it rings.
Sorry, the number you are calling is unable to accept your call at this time. Goodbye. Sorry, the number you are calling is
Wow. Maristar says, and Peterkin had heart to talk about cheaters, and who is he promoting cheating and breeding people? Child, please. Strong Wilt says, don't blame it on the Vaseline. Monica, Jerica don't want to lose those couple lempiras monthly. Could be true because Flo recycled numbers. Let me check her Honduras number. Ay, caramba. Ay, Ponieta, we getting it here now. Lord Jesus. Siobhan is cussing out Jonathan Ebanks and that fake account. Left came out. She may have a new number. All right, let's see. We got the UK number. The Honduras number too. Candy says, laughing out loud, I love you, Sandra. She don't want to lose those couple lempiras. Ay, mamacita, but I'm telling you, the lempiras are going to dry up anyway. So, he not a good man. So, yeah, the next one that comes along, he gonna be paying them instead of $500 for the BJ, he's gonna pay them, even more money. So this is now where, some of these MPs not got no scruples about him. Of course, somebody reminded me of the age of John compared to his current wife. He's like double her age. He's old enough. He's the same age as her mother. Oh, you're disgusting, John. What a mess. John, call the show. Let's talk about Jerica because we want to know. So, yes, a fireman. Well, I don't know about Anthony. Anthony not admitting to nothing. He just know her number. Mirasa says, come through, Sandy. What you say? Cantracha. Ay. All right, we got someone find out. Okay, waiting on the Honduras number. Somebody says it's John like Bill Clinton. Got a Monica too? Yep, he got more than one. That's all he does, honey child. Oh, she not answering no more. She said a couple days. I don't know who you're talking about. I said, well, where are you located? She not respond to that yet. Let's see. Ay. Jerica, we want to talk to you. Hello, Mama, where are you? Oy. All right, hold on. Let me see now if I can. We wait on the Honduras number to come through. We're gonna see if we can get that. Okay. Let me see here, honey chill. Let's try this. Oh, all of a sudden she's not answering even WhatsApp calls? Oh, Jerica. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, sorry. So this is strange. Uh-huh. Come on, Monica. I mean, Jerica. I mean, Monica. Okay. Okay. Just give me a second here now. Give me a second, honey, chill. Okay. I got an idea. Hold on.
The mailbox off. 3.
John answering us. Oh, darn. We wanted to ask him about Jerica. So this person says John himself won't send. He will get someone, one of those Baden towners to send it. They both the same people like John and Peterkin. None of them can't do you a thing. They're talking about Robert. That man has been married with a child now for 7 years with no blemishes to his name. They need to get off of Robert's shirt. Expose the John Crodem. I bet she answer now because it may save her from not ending up in CMR with that child support and being blocked from coming back to Cayman. Call Peterkin. Anybody has Peterkin's number? Peterkin, you the one sending the money to her, what? All right. Let me see. Well, she don't want to answer the phone. Oh my gosh, John, we'd love to hear from you. Oh, now listen to Jonathan. He's like, is this saying we should stop tearing each other down? Okay, where were you at the beginning of the show when we heard John trying to come for me again with his stupidity? You weren't making those comments then, but now that we got the tea on John, the real tea, you now you can find a conscience, Jonathan Ebanks. Trust me, May the 1st, the first thing I can do after PPM loses, I'm going to get up and block you. That will be, can somebody please remind me, put it in your calendars that I have to do that on your to-do list. As a matter of fact, let me open up my to-do list right here. Anytime organizer, May the 1st, block fake account, Jonathan Ebanks. All right. That'll be coming right up. Marshall says, now you know that anyone who has any shady connections with John is not going to talk to you. Kyle claims that he knows her. You don't know her. John, immigrants, yes. Lee says, today nice, eh? You know, I'm giving y'all your Friday show. Oh, Peterkin, hold on. What his number is? Since Peterkin won't be his mouthpiece, let's see if he can answer. Not even to Peterkin can answer me? Oh, Lord. May the 1st is a Thursday. I'm adding it to my to-do list. Block Jonathan.
Hello?
Hello, Peterkin?
Morning.
Yes, morning. It's Sandra. How are you? My God. The man hear my name and he hang up the phone. Oh, them so cowardly. Come on, Peterkin. I don't know you like that for you to be hanging up the phone on me. Like, seriously? Oh, Peterkin, are you the one sending the money? How much y'all sending her? $500? Probably not 500 lempiras. Not even. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're a bunch of cowards. Come on, answer. Y'all got so much mouth when you're on stage. You can call up my name all the time. Now I'm saying, okay, I'm here. I'm not running from nobody. I'm a Caymanian. I'm here. This be all. Sandra! Yeah! Sandra! That's y'all. Sandra! Oh, Sandra! 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 Every single meeting, they find a reason to call my name. So come on, talk to me. Come on, Peterkin. Come on, John Gon. Come on, Monica, Jerica, whatever fake name you want to go by today. Pick up the phone and talk to me. I don't bite. I can assure you of that, although some of y'all might like that. I don't. So, Peterkin, I'm a Caymanian. You would have known my father, I'm sure, Uric Solomon. And he did not raise anybody to not stand up for themselves. As a matter of fact, you know, if he was alive, John would keep my friggin' name out of his mouth because Uric would come and box him down. You think he wasn't from the old school? He would have him a good what we call bitch lick. But y'all keep calling my name. So I'm here to have a conversation. I don't believe in violence. I'm not going to give you a bitch lick. I'm here to talk about it. Let's talk it through. Talk through our feelings and emotions. Come on, Peterkin. I'm going to call you one more time and ask you to please answer the phone. Don't hang up on me. All of them be running from me. Why? No, sir. He wouldn't even answer that time. Peterkin, John, all them fool people in the audience who's sitting there talking about, Sandra. What is it? Sandra! Every time. Answer the phone and or keep my name out of your mouth, one of the two. Because you keep putting my name in your mouth, we're going to have a conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said I sound like Jerica calling me with a Spanish accent. Where is that Honduras number? Yeah, this person said, boy, they're scared of you. You're their kryptonite. John say he not scared of me. So why John not answering the phone? John, answer the phone. You say you're not scared of me, huh? I not got nothing for you to be scared of except the cold hard truth.
The mailbox
Jeez,
off.
I'm even to him, sending me straight to voicemail. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Lord Jesus, them running. Ay. No, sir. Well, if they don't want to answer the phone, I don't know what else I'm going to do. John has several numbers. Let me see where the other one at. Where he is, Dwayne Seymour. I'm going to say good morning. Let's talk. John. Unlike you, I'm not a coward. I'm not going to get on a platform and talk at people and whatever. You and I can have a conversation. I'm man enough. You, not so sure about that, but I'm man enough and woman enough for the both of us. So let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation, Minister John Dwayne Seymour. Come on now. You say you're not afraid of me, and I'm certainly not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of the truth. You shouldn't be afraid of the truth either. So let us have a conversation. Right? You always have my name in your damn mouth. And I want to know why. We need to talk. Why are you not answering your phone? You see, this is it. Every single one of them I can have a conversation with. You ever seen anybody run from puss like this? They running from puss, dog running from puss and whatever. Somebody say take voicemail. That's exactly what they're giving me. Just answer the phone. Kyle, you want to get on the phone and defend John and their foolishness? Child, please. I'm not calling you. Mary Star says Mr. Urick would smash him up long time. Trust me, he don't know. And he wouldn't have had to been drunk to do it either. He would have smashed you up sober. You sit there. I know one thing. Y'all might not have known Urick, but he was something else. I didn't choose that, Selvin. Somebody sent that to me over the weekend. You got to pay attention in class now. He's busy handing out money. What a mess. Hello, Mohammed Abdullah. Call John wife. Oh, Lord. She don't care what John does. She honestly doesn't, because everybody knows she just with him for the money. Jerica's mother is here in Cayman. Send me the number. Anthony, you best friends with Jerica, what? Send me her number. Send me the mama number. He seems to know a lot of what's going on. Anthony is so bad. Somebody WhatsApp me Jerica's mama number. Is she also a bartender at Country and Western, or is she somewhere else? John is bad, but the foolish supporters in the background are worse than him. Don't you realize it's close to Easter and Mary and Joseph rode the donkey? Oh my God. Trina probably got her legs up in the air. I'm not worried about his wife because she knows the score. She knows exactly what's going on. What's the mama's name? All right, hold on. We gotta make another phone call. Y'all hold on here today. Today is the day for phone calls, honey child. Yes, sir. Let me see here now. John, read my WhatsApp messages though. CJ Cooper says Anthony hella sus. He got information, boy.
The person you are trying to reach is...
I need to hang out with Anthony more. Anthony will know what's going on. Y'all sit there. Don't think that he know what's going on. All right. Let me try this last number one more time. Yes, sir. Marshall said, look at John. Miristar says, Sandy, I hate you, but a Jerica mother also bartender. Well, we know that he likes mother-daughter combinations. So John probably checking the mother too. I'm just saying. Nobody not answering me today. Comedy Central came out and says, Ryan. I wouldn't say what in person. Oh, like you mean the time that John, you see John a coward, they say dump, I know who to frighten. John went up. Remember the one time that he threatened Johan and Johan had to call police on him at a youth function, a youth event? How John can talk about what I say about him not true when I have spoken nothing but the truth? Oh my God. I see John read my messages. They got the double check mark. He's read it. I said, good morning, let's talk. And he not answering. I call him from a personal number now. Yes. Let's call John from my personal number. Mm-hmm. The last time he messaged me back in August of 2023, talking about God always have a plan that man can't see. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Nope. He ain't answering that either. Look like they told her not to answer any Cayman numbers. Ay, ay, ay. Let me see here now. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I can call her tomorrow from another number. Oh my God. And this person says, you know, shit, it's funny when you have to laugh at your own show. Okay. That's, she's not going to answer. Poor thing. Ay, ay, ay. They told you not to answer. Aw. Come on now, girl. Talk to CMR. Mm-hmm. Well, we tried. I mean, we did our best. Jonathan, suck him. Jeez, peace. Woo! Mirror Star, Lord God. Y'all going on bad in the comment section here today. Hey, Jada, this is the point. Thank you, beautiful young lady. And Jada says, and these are the type of people we have running our government. What a goddamn shame and disgrace in these islands. It is. And he's not going to change because John has always been what he has been. And the fools in Bordentown East, yes, have been accepting of this behavior. And they are, I mean, this is why they can't get nothing done on our behalf. So, honestly, when they go in cabinet, that way he falling asleep, Jada? Because he had a full night driving up and down in government vehicle that we paying for with the Vaseline. The man has already crashed the vehicle once. What they do, turn on and give him another one that they had as a free-for-all this weekend at Capella. So putting aside the nonsense of who John is and his messy life as a personal life, right? Putting all of that aside, he is a government minister. These guys are utterly disgusting. Okay? They go on these business trips, Honduras, Jamaica, all over the world, and this is what they're doing. Jerica lives with her grandmother. Mm-hmm. What a mess. Oh my God. Bunch of cowards, every single one of them. But watch, they got fine energy to get on their platform and call my name again before the election's over. Why? You know what I'm saying? Why? You can find that kind of energy, but I want to have a conversation with you about why you keep, got my nice name and your stink mouth. I want to challenge you about what you have done for the Caymanian people, but you won't answer the phone for that. Wow. Cleveland says, so true. No help to the Caymanians. No. He too busy sending money overseas and defrauding the government, as far as I'm concerned. Somebody says I was in a meeting. Who's Jerica? Jerica is John's side piece that got pregnant and had to send back to Sai about 3 weeks ago. And sending her money every month for pre-child support, because they're not child support yet, I suppose, because the child technically has not been born. But that's why she got sent back. Her workplace was like, oh no, we don't want this messiness around here. I wonder if Jody know about this story.
Morning, please.
Hi, morning. Is Jerica there?
Sorry?
Jerica?
Who?
Jerica. She's a bartender at Country and Western?
No. This is restaurant.
Sorry?
This is restaurant.
What's the number for the bar side?
I think they have no number.
They don't have no number?
You may need to call at 1 p.m.
Oh, did you know Jerica?
No, I know, but they are not come now. They come at 1 p.m.
Yes, but do you know who Jerica is? From Honduras, from La Ceiba.
Yeah, I know.
You know? She still work there?
No. She's not working.
She's not working?
No, I think she's not working since 2 months.
She gone already?
Yeah, the small lady, no?
Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye. We need to make a phone call to Honduras. Hold on. Jerica, gonna have to tell everybody not to answer us today. Just a second.
The number you dialed is temporarily out of service. If you feel that you have reached this recording in error.
Let me double check. 1504. Is that the right number? That looks like too many digits. It's 1504 for Honduras, right?
The number you dialed is temporarily out of service. If you feel...
Wait a minute. How many numbers they got in Honduras? This looks like too many digits.
Sorry, the number you are calling is unable to accept your call at this time.
Oh, 011 plus. Oh, thank you, Mama. Thank you. Muchas gracias. I was dialing it wrong. Gracias. El Ray says, is that an Indian cooking stew turtle? Hello? Hello? Hola? Hola, buenos días. Hello? Hello? Oh my goodness, she answered the phone. Hold on. Let's call her again. Estás en Caimán. What should say here now? Aquí en Caimán todavía. ¿Mm?
Deje su mensaje. Please record after the beep. Press any.
Granny not answering. Nobody not answering in Honduras. Oh my gosh. Ay. Lord have mercy. Somebody say morning. Morning you something. Morning you something else. Never a dull moment with you. No answer. No answer. Oh boy. So somebody wonder if John not paid the bills. Ay. So unfortunately, none of them don't want to answer the phone here this morning. Oh my gosh. Did John block me? No, you didn't. Honey child, you didn't. You sure enough didn't block me. John, come on now. You not scared, but you blocking people? What? No. John. Really? You got the nerves to block people? What are you blocking me for? I not a hurt to nobody. Gosh. Let me see here now. John. Wow. He actually blocked me. Wow. My goodness. I don't even know what to say. I'm shocked. I'm like, what? Whoa. Really? Okay then. Well, there you go. Scared of the cold hard truth, apparently. Well, we'll keep trying to see if we can get through to anybody, but they making it a little bit hard. They don't want to talk to us. Oh, my goodness. So that number for Jerica is the correct number. She, I guess, has been tipped off. And so, yeah, telling her not to talk to us, I guess. Oh, boy. What a mess. One more time to the Honduras number. Okay. Oh, and Jerica blocked us too, looks like.
Deje su mensaje. Please record after the.
There you go. Granny's sending hers a voicemail too. All right, folks. Well, I guess we're not going to make any headway with John. Surprise, shocking surprise. We're not going to make any headway with him this morning. We were trying to do a proper investigation here into the latest allegations about John being the father of a barmaid's baby. And unfortunately, he would not answer the phone. So what more can I do? Good morning, Yvette. Yes, then block me, honey chair. Hold that. Oh, wow. Somebody says if Jerica talks, the money train cut off. We'll do a donation every month for you, Jerica. Anyway, John, you are something else, honey child. That's right, Abby. John, you can block, but you can't hide, honey child. Folks, on a more serious note, election day, come on. Let's stop putting people like this into public office. Him and his minions, Peterkin, all these fools, they are such cowards, right? They can stand up on a platform, but they can't have a conversation with poor little old me. A nice little middle-aged Caymanian lady. They can't have a conversation with me because the truth coming out. I mean, no, sir. I don't know what to say. I'm telling the truth. And apparently it's not me they're scared of, it's the truth that they're scared of. CJ Cooper says that using you and using your popularity, that's why they can't keep their name or your name out of their mouths. Yes. So they keep going after poor Robert, and Robert, he's being a good father, has turned himself around and wants to serve the people of the Cayman Islands. Meanwhile, we have first-class donkeys here that we have elected that are doing nothing for this country, and we need to get them out of office. This is a man who supports 20-story buildings, folks. 20-story buildings. Jerica done block us. What a mess. 20-story buildings. That's what he's in support of. He said it at the chamber debate. One more time for Jerica. Jerica probably getting paid from multiple men. Come see how many men she told it that baby before. John's so stupid. He is dumb. She says, hey, get a life. I'm working. That's Jerica. Working under John. John, you mean? That I replied and said, working under John. John? Oh my God. Let me see here now. Hold on. You gotta try and try again in life. So don't y'all be giving up too easy. One more time. Let me see here now. Okay, let me see. Mm-hmm.
6 minutes. Please wait. Your call is being routed.
Mm-hmm. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning. Hello? Abuela? Abuela? Good morning. Abuela, buenos dias. I can hear you on the line. You answer the phone. Are you there? Abuelita, ¿dónde estás? Abuelita. She'll pick up the phone, but she wouldn't say nothing. What a hot mess. Somebody said, no, Sandy, she's working over, not under. They only work on their hands and it. Jeez, peace. Woo, caliente, mamacita, calmate. Oh, well, we won't be able to get to the bottom of this bangarang mystery. I should say it's Western Union. Darn it, you're right. I should have said that. Oh, I'm not too smart at these things, honey child. Ay, that's exactly what I should have said.
Minutes.
Let's try it again.
Wait.
She might ready to hang
Call
up.
is being routed.
Good morning. This is Western Union. Are you there? Hello? Western Union, we have a transaction from Dwayne Seymour for an unborn child. $200 seems to be the going rate. Can we wire this money to you now? Hello? How much money would you like? Anybody there? Okay, I guess not. Should have tried the Western Union trick earlier. Ah, man, you guys are so smart. All right, folks. Marshall says, Miss Brenda, back of the class for you. She said, no tips for free. I'm going to charge you for that. You know, that was a good one, man. You should have said it earlier. You see how smart Miss Brenda is? Here's Salvin trying to defend this foolishness. Salvin, you're the only one here. You and Jonathan are the only ones here who don't know what John is all about. Come on. Really? You want me to call Joey this morning? Oh, I wonder if the party leader would answer us this morning. Hold on. We're not quite done yet. Mr. Joey Hugh, respectable leader of the progressives. Let's see. We need to ask him what scruples they have in that party, if any at all, any requirements of these candidates. No answer from Mr. Joey. We'll follow up with him. Call the chairman of the party. Who's that? I don't know who the chairman of their party is. Mr. Alden. Alden can't talk. This is one area that Sir Alden unfortunately cannot chastise John about. Yes, unfortunately, he can't. He wouldn't be the one to chastise John. Sorry, but not sorry. Oh my God, no sir. You know, Brenda, he too feisty. Salvin is really feisty. Salvin, you still with Christine? I know you ride hard for the progressives, but has she divorced you yet? Or the two of you still married? Because that marriage of convenience, did Miss Christine ever let you get status? Or what are you doing here? I'm wondering, because you got plan them out for non-Caymanian into Caymanian politics. I'm just saying. Will Kenneth answer? Oh, God, y'all gonna get Kenneth in trouble here today. Let's see if he'll answer, because he's the only one who answers the phone anyway. Let's try Ken. Come on, Bobo. Answer today. Somebody say Alden, probably at South Coast.
You have been redirected to the mailbox of the number.
Oh, God. Nope. He not calling. Oh, he's at a press conference. Press conference? Government having press conference and we don't know nothing about it? What a hot mess. All right, well, there you go, folks. We tried. Good morning, Dewey. How you doing, honey child? We did our best, and, not for lack of trying. There you go. Marshall says, then probably introduce John to, it's not Erica, it's Jerica. Jerika or double CA. I don't know how she spells it, but the two of them. Take voicemail again. At least he replied and says he's at a conference. All right, folks, a press conference. All right, we'll try again. Okay, tomorrow we got some exciting videos for you. So make sure you tune in. Salvin, come to class early. We expect to see you at 7:30 a.m. Since you got so much mouth involved in Cayman politics. What do you say? You've been here over 25 years, made significant contributions to this country. Are you sure about that? My personal business is none of yours, and yours none of mine. Well, that means that you're not with her no more. She couldn't take you. You probably had too much mouth for her too. I mean, not for nothing, but what your wife name again? Oh gosh, what's Miss Lucille's sister name again? I can't remember now. Anyway, you probably had too much mouth for her. All right, Salvin, go behave yourself, honey child. What do you say? You've been here 25 years. My goodness. And you still don't know your place after 25 years. All right. You'll be okay, TD. You'll be just fine. Okay, Bobo. Oh, boy. He loves him a progressives. I tell you what. Erica and Jerica seem different, says Marsha. Folks, y'all be good. Or be good at it. I mean, I can't tell you to be good because I know, God knows today I wasn't really good for the second half of the overtime show. I was not behaving myself. Naughty girl. Oh my gosh. What am I going to do with myself? I don't know, but I tell you what. Sandra! Christine. Oh yes, Miss Christine. That's her number. Christine Burke. She must have sick of Salvin. She got rid of you, didn't she? Sandra! What do you say about without restraining orders? Sandra! 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 And who you say got restraining orders now? Poor you. Please ask Salvin to explain his comments to me. He spoke to you, Miss Brenda. Salvin, now we're gonna put you in your place, because first of all, don't speak to Miss Brenda. She's not your companion. She's not your friend, and she definitely not Christine. Because Christine should have put you in your place a long time ago, okay? You sit in the back of the class and you be quiet because, like I said, you clearly don't know your place. I don't care if you've been here for 50 years. That means your head hard to learn. You need to respect people. So don't you speak to Miss Brenda because she's not talking to you. She's entitled to her opinion and she shares it on this program, and don't you fucking disrespect her because, yes, we will come for you, okay? I don't care if you've been here a million years. Know your place, Salvin. Oh, I thought he was addressing you, Miss Brenda, because I was going to tear his ass up here today. Oh, his comment. I don't know what you're talking about, restraining order. Who has a restraining order against him? So that he's confirmed that she's no longer with him. That's what I take from that, as she got rid of him. Good for you, Christine. Go on through, honey child. She finally got rid of him, and he's saying without a restraining order. I think that's what he's talking about. I don't know. But I don't know. He's implying that somebody has a restraining order. Who has a restraining order? I know, not me. You need to keep that Sandra Rooster on a special button. I know. Oh my God, that's a great idea. I'm going to add it to one of my buttons. Yes. Thank you. You guys are something else. Y'all are so smart. Salvin. Somebody said they want to see what he looked like. I don't even know what Salvin looks like. Probably a hot mess, but I don't know. But Salvin, one time wasn't somebody contacting me, but you owe them money? I mean, I'm just saying. Did you pay him? Oh, Lord. Look like I might have to go do some digging around Salvin. I don't have no idea what Salvin looked like, honey child. Probably a good thing. I see you have lots of pictures up with the beautiful Miss Christine, though. Yes, sir. You're probably still in love with her. Oh, here he is. Oh, that's you? Poor ting. Where are you from, Salvin? I am curious. There he is. Somebody want to know what he looked like. Yes, sir. Your face is familiar. I've definitely seen you around, Selvin. You'll be just fine. Miss Christine be rocking her natural fro, though. Love it. I love natural hair. Go on through, mama. Yes. He come and find him a Caymanian queen. And still trying to impress her, talking about, what do you say? Progressives. Ah, poor Selvin. Lord have mercy. All right, Selvin, go to the back of the classroom, behave yourself. We don't even know what you're talking about. All right, yes, respect to Miss Brenda and all of her Caymanians. Someone asked if he's from somewhere in Africa. I don't know. I have no clue where he's from. I don't know Selvin, so I don't know. All right, that's all we got for y'all. Please be good. And see you all. Like I said, tomorrow morning we'll have some recordings ready for you, so please tune in early for those. Selvin, go run back to the progressives now and cry on their shoulders, okay? You'll be just fine. Don't forget, another debate tonight. The big one with the leaders, the party leaders, is coming up on the 9th. So make sure you guys mark your calendars from now for that, okay? All right, honey child.
Georgetown South, your voice matters. I'm Alric Lindsay, and I'm inviting you to join me for an important public meeting this Thursday, April 3rd from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the C3 parking lot on Walkers Road. This is your opportunity to raise community concerns, discuss national issues, and ask the questions that matter most to you and your family. With experience in accounting, law, and on various government boards, I bring a balanced, hard-working approach to leadership, one that's committed to real results for the Caymanian people. Let's talk solutions. Let's shape our future together. Make the right choice on April 30th. Come out, be heard, and vote smart. Vote for Alric Lindsay for Georgetown South. For more information, visit alric4cayman.com or call 345-926-1688.
My name is Deborah Susan Ebanks, and I met Ralston in 2009. That's when he was elected as Minister of Education, and that was my first encounter with him. One of the things that I thought most admirable about Ralston would be that he's not a talker, he's a doer. So take for example, we have issues with parents who are having issues with their children in schools versus teachers. Instead of having chief officers speak to those parents, he would have those parents come into his office and he would meet with them personally. He was one of the first ministers that I knew of that was very involved in all PTA meetings. He went to the public schools. He made sure things were implemented that had not been implemented before. He has a list that would take the rest of the afternoon for me to speak of his achievements during my tenure in the ministry with him. He was a mover and a shaker. He made a big difference. And under that leadership, I gained a lot of respect for him. When he declared for West Bay North, I was approached by him and he asked if I would endorse him, which I told him yes. And I would encourage the people of West Bay North to vote for him, to vote for Ralston Malachi Anglin, or as some people say, Raleigh. He is the best education minister we ever had. Hands down. Hands down.
Great news, K-Man! Tim Hortons is finally open and ready to serve you. Start your day right with our delicious all-day breakfast, or grab a box of our famous Timbits and a dozen donuts for a sweet treat. Need a quick pick-me-up? Swing by our drive-thru for your favorite espresso drink anytime. We're open weekdays from 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. on the weekends, closing 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays, with 2 entrances at the Shamrock Road Roundabout in Red Bay. It's time for Tim's.
I will be tuned in this election cycle to CMR Cayman Election Headquarters.
Cayman, get prepared for election 2025. CMR, your election headquarters, is ready to keep you informed with candidate features, debates, analysis, interviews, and honing in on the issues that matter the most. Don't miss a beat. Keep it locked to Cayman Marl Road for your complete election coverage.
Hey Cayman, this election season, I'll be tuned in to Cayman's election headquarters, CMR, who else? So let's get informed and let's vote smart. Bye!
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels and visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.